they were still doing that.
We live on Apostles.
Yeah, well.
All right, hey, shalom.
Shalom.
All right, first and foremost, before we get started, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory
To Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, HaKadosh.
And double honors once again, as always, to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. All right, and taught us the truth. Peace, much love, and salutations always to those who elect. All right, the brothers out here in Great Millstone, Nashville. We're joined by the beloved Apostle Ariamla and the beloved brothers from the Bay, okay, Elder Kanat, the Elder Shamar.
Shalom.
You know what I'm saying? And out here once again, breaking bread, all through the spirit of Probably Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, letting our people know, you so-called blacks, Native American Latinos, okay, that you were the chosen people according to the Bible. And pursuant to the book of Romans, it is high time to wake out of sleep. You know, for our salvation is near than we believe. Okay, so we're just gonna flow through the spirit, Lord willing, it's edifying. All right, because there's signs that the Lord is showing and showcasing throughout the earth. And us as Israelites, we need to be fully tapped in, okay, to what the Most High is trying to tell us. Because he's letting us know, hey, there's times of trouble coming, and you're going to need a hedge. You're going to need some form of protection. Otherwise, you will not be able to make it through this, you know? And the Lord he's getting ready to showcase that power on the full extent. We're getting ready to see the full power of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's going to be showcased through his men. It's going to be showcased through Esau going out and carrying out on these draconian laws.
Well, his sword.
Yeah.
Proverbs 13, 17, or Proverbs 17, 13. I mix it up, but the wicked, which is thy sword.
Yeah.
You know, so the Lord is going to release his sword on Jacob.
Yep, he's getting ready to do that. So if you're not in the right stand, or in the right mindset, rather, hey, you're going to be left to that, that destruction.
Because that's that second Israelite 9. I will hold my tongue no more as touching the wickedness.
Yep.
That wickedly exercise.
There you go. Yep. So, you got something?
I had Matthew.
Okay. Yeah, you go with that.
Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars. Are you going to start from 26 or 6?
Yeah, you start 6.
Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Right, so we're going to hear wars and rumors of wars, which we're seeing that and hearing that already, which realistically, we're already entering or in World War III. Right now, it's just on the economic side of
trade war.
Yeah, it's a trade war. It's more on the because Trump was putting all these tariffs on China and all these different countries and shit like that. So we're already it's just the background shit that nobody cares about, pretty much. Yeah, the infrastructure. Yeah. Yep. But it's gonna soon lead to the physical aspect of actual, not hand-to-hand combat like niggas gonna be like Power Rangers fighting and shit, but it's gonna be on a physical aspect.
Well, they call it kinetic.
Yeah.
It hasn't got kinetic yet. It kind of is because there's proxy wars going on between the United States and Russia. Two major players in entire World War III prophecy. They're fighting each other through their proxies, which is Ukraine. Russia is directly fighting America through Ukraine.
Yeah.
And you have NATO that's in there as well. And you have the U.S. retired U.S. fighter jet pilots that are actually flying these F-13s. You got it.
It means other countries too, because that's going into Jeremiah 50 or 51, which speaks about all ye that bend the bow, shoot her, which ultimately going into these their allies. They're going to turn against the U.S. eventually. A lot of countries are looking forward to joining the BRICS. Go ahead.
In verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
Right, earthquakes in diverse places. And it doesn't have to be a major level earthquake to where it's all over the news, for that prophecy to not be fulfilled. A 1.2 earthquake is still an earthquake when it's all said and done. And these things, the elder brother Ash out from Tampa, earlier in the year, it was like 6 days into the year, there was already like 100+ earthquakes within a couple span of days of the beginning of the so-called new year. So these things are constantly happening. He's constantly sending them too. So earthquakes are constantly happening all across the four corners of the globe. This is prophecy. Go ahead.
It's verse 8, and all these things, all these are the beginning of sorrows.
Right. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So this is just the beginning. All right. There's about to be even worse things happening to the planet. And again, if you're not in tune with Yahweh Shema Shai, if you don't understand how the Lord operates, how he works, and you're not on his good side, you're going to be caught up in that destruction. Go ahead.
Second Ezra 9:1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Yep.
And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I had told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right. So how do you measure the times? By looking, going to the scriptures and linking current events with what the scriptures say. Okay? Linking them to biblical prophecy. So that's what the men of the Lord are out here for. We're linking the things that are going on. We're letting you know, hey, this is that. Okay? So that way you're forewarned. That way you're aware of what's going on. Because the Most High is getting ready to visit this world. Mm-hmm. And again, we're going to see the judgment of Yahweh Shema Shai increase as the days go on. It's not going to get easier in the sense. It's just going to get worse. Yeah. But for the men of the Lord, we're going to be protected because what? We have that hedge. What's that? That strong tower. Name of the Lord, strong tower. Yep.
18:10.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That. But then what you
Proverbs
said.
18:10.
Yep. You know.
Oh, and if I can add too, because you said it's going to get worse, just like the end time is compared to a woman that's about to give birth.
Right.
And as the woman starts to give birth, what happens? Contractions.
Yeah.
And the contractions, what do? They're shorter in distance, meaning they're closer together, and they're more intense as the baby is getting ready to be born, as the baby is getting ready to come through the mother's womb. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's what's happening. There's always been contractions going on, wars, rumors of wars, pestilence, famines in certain lands, people dying and stuff like that. But as we get closer, these things are heightened now.
More intense.
They're getting more intense. The intensity, the Most High's turned up the intensity. You see what the Lord doing through Donald J. Trump, as the figurehead, but the elites, he's moving on Jake.
Yeah.
He got ICE agents moving on Jake. Mm-hmm. He got federal agents popping out on Jake in the hoods. So Judah and Ephraim. So it wasn't like that before. Now the Lord, he's starting to confront Jake now.
Yeah, and you notice since 2020, that's really been like the main attack is on the tribes.
Yeah.
Because when the jump shot came out, all of a sudden Esau and his benevolence, right? He want to let us go into the front of the line. Here, y'all got it, y'all are more at risk, so y'all need your Negroes, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, y'all go to the front of the line.
Yeah.
And now it's what? The whole migrant issue, which is the Northern Kingdom. When you have so many different nations coming through them borders. But the main problem, the main terrorists, not the Arabs, that they deemed to be terrorists back in 2001, but mainly the so-called Latin tribes coming up.
Not even the Moabites.
Moabites. I believe Russians too. Good Russians too.
Yeah, because they bring in the damn diseases.
Yeah.
All the diseases start over there in China, but you ain't stopping them from building up, nail salons, wig stores, and shit. No, you allowing them to come over here and flourish, get loans, Chinatowns and shit. No. So that same energy isn't carried out because we're seeing the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble.
Yeah.
Henceforth, Jacob's trouble. It ain't gonna be, the whole earth is gonna feel this shit.
Yeah. And now that this truth is pretty much out in the forefront, to the point where it's you can't hide it anymore.
Yeah.
You can't just say, well, no, those are just some crazy lunatics. No, because it's a mainstream, like not mainstream, but in mainstream Christianity, people are talking about it. Mm-hmm. You have so-called apologists, people that are more you know, for lack of better words, adept in the scriptures, which they're not really, but you know, just to give it that title, they're speaking about it more. You have celebrities speaking about the Israelites, so they have to be forced to look into it, and they already know this. Because when we go to Revelation 11, matter of fact, somebody get that. Revelation 11 and 8, you know, when Jake was brought here, after that 350 years, you know, initial 350 years, prophecy-wise, you know, they were never put at rest by the nation, by Esau. You know, they were allowed to continue on in that dead state. So they went from, you know, the physical shackles to mental shackles. And not just mental shackles, but mental shackles of who they are. This is why, you know, mainly Judah, that shows you that that Judah is the main problem for Esau, because every decade their nationality changes. Color, Negro, African,
Black.
Black American, African American, you know, Asiatic black man. So it's like
FBA now.
Why does it keep changing? Because they know that Judah is the head tribe, but they also know who the other tribes are. So that's why they're seeing that this truth is taking root. You got brothers speaking in different languages. You got brothers speaking Spanish. You got brothers out there in Ecuador, Bolivia, you know, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Mexico. What was it? There was another Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic,
Italy.
Mexico. What's that?
Like Italy.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Italy. You know. So they're seeing this. So they said, look, we got to get rid of these people out of here, because we can't allow them to come in here and these guys, you know, finish gathering, because they know the prophecy. And we're gonna show you that they know the prophecy based off Revelation 11. That's why it says that when, you know, because the Lord didn't do nothing to Esau, he said, I will set them in order before your eyes. And this is how he's reproving them. So they seeing, like you were saying earlier, through the Spirit, you know, about the prophecies, how the prophecies are speaking now. And this is how we know we're at the end. Because every time a kingdom was about to fall, you had the prophets come out there and prophesy against that kingdom. That there you go, the Lord was about to destroy them. So if you know, you got it.
This Revelation 11 and 8.
And after this, I'll give it back to you. Got it. And this, see, Revelation 11 and 8, right? This goes actually Revelation 11 goes hand in hand with Ezekiel 37.
Yes.
You know, and this is something that you have not heard any Christian out there address, the Ezekiel 37 thing. What is that talking about? Why did the Lord tell Ezekiel to make a plank and to put the tribes on it and join them together and have it before their eyes? Why did he say that? They're not going to tell you because they don't know. But you got it.
Revelation 11 and 8, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt.
Right. So pretty much, okay, finish it out.
Where also our Lord was crucified.
So it says that their dead bodies, not physically dead. Somebody get Proverbs 21 and 16. Not physically dead, spiritually dead. You know, and this is the scripture that shows you that Jake pretty much are the valley of the dry bones. You know, the walking dead, pretty much.
I got that.
You know, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Proverbs 21 and 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
Right, because why? You're mentally dead. And this is why when the Apostle Paul was speaking to them Gentiles or Israelite foreigners, he was telling them that they had to come out of that ignorant state that they were in and be brought, because what made you ignorant to that state was the fact that your forefathers and them were bowing down to these idols, and the Lord cut you off. And after certain generations, you pretty much forgot who you are, because it was even unlawful in the Greek Empire to call yourself an Israelite. So if you couldn't call yourself an Israelite, that was against the law, and you were in the Greek Empire, what did you have to call yourself? A Greek. And that's why it says there's no difference between the Jew or the Greek. You have something, brother? Go ahead.
Jeremiah 17 and 4, and thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I give thee.
Right, because it's bigger than just the nationality thing. That's a part of it. But the inheritance deals with the land first. The land, everything that we had. You know, the cattle. You know, everything. The vegetation. Actually, heathens in captivity. We lost all of that.
We lost all our resources.
There you go.
You know, and even the heathens are actual human resources. You know.
So when you lose your resources, you pretty much lose your status.
Yeah.
Because even I forget what that one. It's a couple of them. It's like they have like in the stock market. You know, they have certain companies that grade. You know, the economies of the world. They'll give you a AAA or a AA or single A. You know, or they'll downgrade you or upgrade you, depending on your status. I forgot the name of the different groups. You know, but even in that, they show you that when your stocks lose value, you have to come down to a lesser status, and that's what happened to us as a nation. We came to a lesser status, and when we lost our way, that was like a recipe for disaster. So you go ahead, brother.
It says, "And I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not."
Right, and then that's what ended up happening. We ended up serving these heathens, especially Esau. Was that it? Right.
It says, "For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever."
Yeah. So go ahead, brother. Back wherever. Yeah, go ahead.
The etymology of the word degenerate, it says, having lost or suffered impairment to the qualities proper to the race or kind.
Right, because the Lord said he when he planted us wholly a noble vine. A noble vine means that you're the sons and daughters of kings. You're the sons and daughters of prestige, you know, of royalty.
Nobility.
A nobility. And they're going to train you on how to be. You know, they're going to rear you up in the law. The things that makes you regal and keeps you regal. And keeps you in control.
What they call that, the etiquette. You know, when you're in royalty, the child is brought up on how to dress, things to say, how to eat, how to speak to different nations, you know, how to operate, how to, you know, they learn economics, they learn different sciences.
That's what separated us from the heathen. Because the heathen didn't have a list of morals or a code of conduct to follow by. That's why we were separated, and we were supposed to be the light and the example on how to. This is how you conduct yourself as a man, as a woman, as a child, even. You know, because the law covers it all. And it was only given to us. That's why we're the ones that are appointed to rule the earth.
And the law, when you look at it, is perfect. There's no flaw. There's no gray areas in the law. You know, and no other nation they had that. When you look at the way that they live and their customs, that shit's way out. It's bugged out. You know, and they all, you know, one era they're worshiping one god, and then they switch from that god to another god. You know, we're everything was written in stone. You know, and then the Most High actually made a covenant only with one people.
Look how many times Jesus changed. It started with Tammuz. Going back there. You know, started with him, then changed the names and the figures and shit like that.
That's why it says the scriptures say, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he shall not depart from it."
That's it.
You know, and this is why the scriptures speak about a woman that there's nothing of higher value than a mind well instructed. Because if the mind is well instructed, everything else is going to be structured properly.
Where the mind goes, the body flows.
Damn.
You know. So where the mind is at, you know, where the mind is at, if the mind is right, everything else works in tandem, you know? Sound body, sound mind.
There you go.
You got something?
Yeah, I actually got two in the same chapter. What Elder Canuck just said about the change of the gods.
Let it go.
Jeremiah 2:11, hath a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? But my people have changed their glory, that which doth not profit.
Right, and they got these, you know, gods that are not gods, but they ain't changing it. I mean, now in this time, you know, they're drinking that Babylonian juice, you know, so they're leaving the customs and the gods of their nation. But throughout history, you still got nations that still worship that same God that they've been worshiping for thousands of years. You know, your Kions and your Molechs. You know, they just changed. Different nations had the same God, but with a different name. Slightly different attributes, but it's still the same so-called God.
And to make it easier to get upon the children. I.e. Halloween, Christmas, things like that.
There you go.
Because they're like sponges. They're easily going to absorb what they see.
It's pushed out as a kid-friendly holiday, but realistically, it's going back to worshiping Satan.
You can't say it's for the kids because the kids just came from the spirit world. They don't know
Yeah,
that.
right.
So they don't. What is Halloween?
The kid
What is
only
it?
knows about these things because you taught them.
Yeah, you show them the color blue. You show them that TV show. That's how they know. But I got this is Jeremiah 2:21. The word degenerate. Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, wally a right seed. How art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?
And when you look that up, right, the word stranger there goes back to the word nakaria, which is the actual Hebrew word used for an actual stranger, which shows you that Israel actually became strange like the heathens, and it's explained to you there how it happened. Their heart became uncircumcised when they started worshiping those different gods of the nations. And that's why the Apostle Paul said, you know that you were Gentiles, carried away into these dumb idols, even as you were led. Because that's where you went to. And how were you led down that route? Your parents, their parents, and their parents, all the way down, going all the way back to the time when Antiochus Epiphanes forcefully made certain Jakes worship the Hellenistic customs. And that's something that these devils don't want to talk about. Because that right there, that history right there, destroys their whole argument about who the Gentiles are.
Yeah, that's why you can't jump from Malachi to Matthew.
Yeah.
Because there's you're missing a whole beast.
Yeah.
You're missing a whole beast out of the four.
Yeah.
You have to identify who they were, and what happened during that time period.
Right.
Because then now, like you said, you fast forward to the New Testament, Jew nor Greek, Gentiles.
Right.
And those terms are so thrown loosely out.
Yeah.
Now everybody thinks, it applies to us. No, you have to go back to the history.
And that's heavy because it's like, why, out of all the different nationalities that are out there, why is it just Jew and Greek?
Yeah, right.
Well, it says Gentile, that applies to all the nations. The word Gentile just simply goes back to the Greek word ethnos, which is an ethnicity. You have different ethnicities in the world, but you have one ethnicity that the Most High is dealing with. Because one of the definitions is the genus, they have the same genus or something like that. In other words, they have the same genes, the same laws and customs and cultures that they follow.
That was the beginning of when Esau started to rule the earth.
Yeah.
So they figured if we can confuse that part, hey, fuck the rest of the statue, we can let that shit roll.
Yeah. Hey, well,
let them figure it out.
They say that history, how does it go? Civilization began with the Greeks.
Yeah.
No, the Edomite civilization began with the Greeks as an empire or a world takeover, not as a people, because as a people they go back to Esau, Edom, but as a world empire, the civilization of the so-called white men, the Edomites, that's where it began, right there. And that's what they say, because they'll say, well, the so-called black nations, they never contributed anything to society or anything to civilizations. But wait a minute, before you got into power, all them different nations before you were all dark-skinned, brown-skinned people.
Yeah.
And they had great civilizations. So much so that you mimic some of this shit. You got the Hammurabi Code, which goes back to them Hamites. You got all different type of, your Christmases and all that. Where the fuck you think that came from? That came from the dark nation that you just repackaged and called something different, but it's the same shit.
Yeah.
You got it.
Cultural appropriation.
Woo!
That's
you mean like Shirley when she wear the yellow
blonde,
wig?
Yeah.
That shit eats me up. That shit cracks me up. Like you gonna call somebody a culture vulture, but what do you call that?
Yeah.
Your hair really ain't that color. Were you born with that color hair?
Go ahead, bro.
I got this for Israel being likened on the heathens. Second Ezra chapter 2, verse 34, and this is also before the Greeks. This is Ezra. It says, "And therefore I say unto you, O ye heathen, that hear and understand." We know heathens can't understand.
Right. Daniel 12 and 10.
Yep.
Ezekiel 44:9. None of the wicked, Ezekiel 44:9, no heathen uncircumcised in heart or in flesh shall come into the congregation of the Lord. You got it.
Wisdom of Solomon too.
Yep.
Wisdom won't enter into a malicious soul.
There you go. That's all. That's Esau all day.
That's it.
It says, "Look for your shepherd, he shall give you everlasting rest."
Wait a minute. He said, "Look for your shepherd," right? Don't it say he shall say his people from their sins.
That's it.
So look for your shepherd. The Lord ain't, look, the Lord is our shepherd. You know, he ain't your shepherd. He's our shepherd. He created you, yes, but he is our shepherd. That's why he gave us laws, statutes, and commandments that he didn't give anybody else. Because that separated us from the other nations. That's what made us distinct. That's what made us that peculiar treasure.
Quick precept.
Bring it up.
This is Psalms 23:1. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want.
It's my shepherd. And again, it only applies to the Israelites. If you're not an Israelite, the Lord just simply isn't dealing with you. And then you go into 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, and that tackles that argument as well. Yeah, because not only that, but he makes a clear separation. Can we get that real quick? 54? I think it's 54,
654, yeah.
You know?
But they don't want to talk about scriptures like that.
They never do.
Well, that's the Apocrypha. It's not accepted text. It's not, dogmatic. All right, well, let's go to Isaiah 40 and you know what I'm saying? What is it? Isaiah 40 and 15 and 17.
Yeah.
How he feels about the nation, which is where Ezra quoted that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep. Verse 2. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures.
Right.
He leadeth me beside the still waters.
And that's why he said, he gave us clear instructions and how to follow them by the hand of a mediator, Moses, to be able to, because the Lord will lead us. He said, if you do these things, you're going to make your way prosperous. You're going to be good. You're going to have everything. You're going to be on top. The nation's going to be underneath you. You're going to have the best of everything. But if you transgress, then it's going to be different.
It's in the curse.
Yeah.
Verse 3. He restoreth my soul. Yeah, this is us coming back into, to us being Israelites. The Lord, he has refreshed it. He restored my soul. The green pasture, the truth. Okay. He restored my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake.
Because he promised to Abraham.
That's it.
And he's not going to go against his word, not even for his great name's sake. That's why I said that the law cannot change that. So if you're trying to make Jake come through the doors of the law, then you're trying to change what the Lord, the Lord did that prior to the law being written down. It was 430 years later that the law was written down, after he made the oath with Abraham.
That's it.
And the promise. So he's not going to break that, not even for his great name's sake. Because his word and his name banks on it.
I was going to say, the law had nothing to do with us being kings and priests. That was a promise the Lord, he told to Abraham. That was going to pass down through Isaac and Jacob.
And all it was pretty much a copy of what we was doing in the garden. Just written down.
Yeah, it was written down. Yep.
Now it was just written down. Now you know exactly, but we was already doing that.
Well, that's why the Lord got mad at Cain. Because he knew he knew what to do. But that shows you, let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. Come on, man.
Because back in the ancient world, just think you didn't forget shit. You didn't. Somebody tell you a name. Oh, I forgot it. Prior to cell phones, you knew everybody's phone number. Off the top of your head, boom, 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 619-470, 555. It was nothing. You knew people's names. So back then, things that were verbal, we were on such a higher level, as far as health-wise and body-wise, Now we're just super low level, so there's no way for us to be justified by the law.
And you know how the law came about before it was written down, right? It came through Adam. The Lord breathed that breath of life into him. That's how he could give him dominion over the animals and all that. So this is how he knew how to deal. So that's how he knew, how Cain knew that he was supposed to sacrifice an animal, and not a clean animal at that, and not some goddamn fruit. Fruit is good, but you ain't gonna put fruit on a grill and then smell it and be like, damn, that's such a sweet savor. But how about when you got some hot chicken on the grill, right? A piece of lamb or something, and you know how you smell that odor? It's like a pleasant odor, like damn. smells so good. I
Save-
can't wait to tear into that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
And a sacrifice requires blood. Without blood, there is
Yeah.
no sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know, so fruit there is no blood in the fruit. You know, talking about the blood of the vine, the grapes. You know,
Right.
but that's symbolic.
different
That's
kind
a different type of blood.
Yeah.
Man, you know.
Because that blood, the blood of the fruit does not, forgive sins.
Yeah.
But the blood of animals did. Woo! See?
It says, "He restored my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death,
America.
I will fear no evil,
Yeah.
for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me."
Which is, what's the rod? The rod and the staff is just Bible.
That's it.
The rod is what? Correction. The staff is to lead. And that's why I said the Lord is my shepherd,
Yeah.
which he's our shepherd. So the Lord is the one that's guiding us with his word. So the word is still in effect, but we understand now that we are not saved by keeping the law. We can't keep the law perfect. It was already proven time and time again. But through the grace and the sacrifice that Yahweh made, now we're able to, get to the Father and walk the path more perfect than we were when we had to keep the law 100%.
He was the ultimate sacrifice.
Right.
That lamb.
Yep. And just because that happened doesn't mean that we throw the law away.
There you go.
Because if that's the case, if the law's done away with, like some of these Christians say, then why did the Lord say he would put the laws into our inward parts as a part of the second covenant? What law? You got a new set of laws he got written?
Got this.
It's the same.
Is that something that we ain't read?
It's the same law, but now it's just going to be in our inward parts.
Yeah.
Now we're not going to forget. Now we're not going to even have the ability to go off. All we're gonna know is righteousness.
Yeah.
But we're gonna understand the left hand side too, so be able to judge correctly.
Gonna go back to to the garden.
That's it.
But even on a higher level.
Refresh. New heaven and a new earth. It's the same heaven.
No, I gotta finish.
It's the same heaven, the same earth, but it's a refreshed earth and a refreshed rulership.
Yeah. It's gonna be full cycle.
That's it. That's it. Which goes into the 360 degrees of understanding. You're gonna have the full understanding now of everything. You ain't
gonna have no concrete, so like you ain't gonna have no concrete or buildings or none of that shit in the kingdom. No concrete like buildings or none of that. It's gonna be, everything's gonna be perfect.
That's it. No, that was it.
I got something.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Real quick, Romans 3:31. Do we then make void the law through faith? Yahweh forbid, yea, we establish the law. Yeah, so we establish the law. That doesn't mean whether we throw away the law just because of Yahweh's sacrifice. No, we continue, we keep the law to the best of our ability. And what's that, Judges 5:11?
Right.
It speaks about us rehearsing the righteous acts, because we're not going to be able to do it perfect 100%, because this flesh won't allow it. But, again, we still try our best. So these guys that are going around talking about they keep the law 100%, those are the niggas that you need to stay
Not even
away
our
from.
forefathers were able to keep the law 100%.
And it was way better than
And this is why we're in the situation that we're in now, because this flesh it cannot do righteousness 100% of the time. It's subject to going off.
Well, Peter said that.
Yeah.
But,
The creature is subject to vanity.
That's
Paul,
right?
That
Paul.
that Paul said,
Yeah.
The things that I want to do.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But you wanna.
Okay. I'm gonna read at 14, Romans 7 and 14.
And then Lord's will we could get back to the Revelation 11. But hey, that's how the Spirit works. Hey, Spirit's like the wind. You don't know where it's coming from. You don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
It says, Romans 7:14, but we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin.
Yep, sold under sin.
Yeah.
We're bound to these bodies, man.
It's a prison sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chain of darkness.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Yeah, we don't. The darkness has been lifted for the most part, but we still have those chains. Because the light Yahweh has shined upon us, so we've been taken out of the dark.
But that's what makes his sacrifice so much more important, because through him, that's the only way that we have to get out of this thing that you call a body. Man.
That's it.
Like, you don't have any other choice. So to go around and blatantly say that you don't have to worship Yahweh Shai, you want to stay in this damn body, and ultimately you want to be destroyed. All they that hate me love death.
Yep.
You want to stay here, man.
Well, the wicked scribes and Pharisees back then, they rejected Yahweh Shai, and they seen they seen the power, they seen the work. This man does all these miracles, you know. They seen the power, and they still rejected it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the same thing now. Yahweh Shai is being lifted up, and they're rejecting Yahweh Shai. They're not looking upon that brazen serpent, which is Yahweh Shai.
And that shows that those are the same people that was rebelling in the wilderness.
Yep.
Same shit. But they saw back then, they saw greater miracles.
Yeah.
And they still rebelled.
Yep.
So the 10 plagues in Egypt. You saw the Moses parting the Red Sea, hitting a rock, and water coming out. You know, manna coming from heaven, quail.
Yeah.
So
They saw. I was gonna say they saw the pillar of fire by night and the cloud by day. That was upon Jake that whole 40 years, man. It was right there. Looking at Jake. Jake's still going off.
And the thing is, the scripture speaks about this generation seeking after the sign. So here it is. The Lord showed our people all those things back then.
Yep.
Why would he do it now? It ain't no point. The main sign is the prophets being on the streets. But you deem them as just regular niggas in bed sheets.
Right.
So you didn't listen to the signs back then. You ain't gonna listen to them now.
No.
You're not listening to what 2 Ezra 9 says. You're not measuring. You
He
can't
ain't
measure.
listening.
Then they were trying to cut Yahweh Shai
that.
when he was healing people. It was on the Sabbath, but I ain't it the Sabbath?
Yeah.
It's like, what the?
And he is the rest.
Yeah.
Right. Though man was not made for the Sabbath, but the Sabbath was made for man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 15, for that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that do I not. But what I hate, that do I.
Yeah, and we don't, ultimately this flesh, we don't have, I mean, you have control over what the fuck you do, in a sense, but we want to be perfect, and we understand in this body is not capable of us being perfect.
No.
You're going to wear mixed fabrics. You're going to go to restaurants where they cook on the same, if you have an oven, you're supposed to, if you cook some pork in that shit, you're supposed to destroy that shit. But
That shouldn't even be a thing.
right. But you know,
You go to the meat market. They got the lamb right there, right next to the pork.
yeah,
Yep.
and using the same blade.
Yeah, that's it.
Using the same gloves.
You got the red snapper right next
With
to
the
the goddamn catfish.
catfish.
Yep.
The
Now I seen that
squid,
shit. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the shrimp.
Yep.
He's using the same. So
There you go.
you know, hey, there's no doing the law 100% here.
Well, there will be no need for Yahweh Shai.
There you
There
go.
will be no need for a better sacrifice.
There you go.
Why are we here?
Right.
And we're able to keep the law. Well, if we were justified by the law, then the Most High would have scrapped all his whole people, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Everybody, there would be no people. You know, the Lord, he had to start over, but he understood that this new covenant will be established on better promises.
Yeah.
You know, we will get a better body to be able to actually do the will of the Most High, and for him to look upon us and be happy all the time.
But the Lord already knew we wasn't going to keep it. He already set it up.
That's
It
it.
said the evil heart was already ingrained, you know, in Adam's heart. So it was meant for us to go off.
That's it.
Romans 8th chapter. It was meant for us to go off, and it was meant because Yahweh was foreordained before the world even began.
That's it. That's it.
So that means that sacrifice was already set up even before Israel was created, even before the light came out, even before, you know, the earth was starting to be created and the waters and all of that. Before the sun, the moon, the stars, that was already established. So if in order for him to have become that ultimate sacrifice, we couldn't be perfect.
That's it.
We had to go off. You know, and this is what they don't understand in the churches either. Romans 8:20 says that the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him that subjected the same in hope. Because at the end of the day, it's hope, it's the grace, it's the faith that's going to save us. And in the midst of that, we still do what we can in the law without just say, you know what, I'm use not your liberty as a cloak of maliciousness, pretty much.
Good enough.
Well, I get, you want to go back to, let me just finish in Psalms 23. We can go back to Revelation
Okay.
11 unless y'all add something else.
Fine, there you go.
Okay. This is Psalms 23 and 5. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Yeah. And that's what the Lord said, he's going to reestablish the tabernacles of David that have fallen. So like brother's been saying, how you going to build the tabernacles of David without David?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like an oxymoron.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, House of David, but where's David? Oh, we don't know.
Like Elder Yashama always goes into the Christians never mention David.
Yeah.
They don't
No,
speak
he's
about
there.
the house of David. They never bring him up. Even though he's this pivotal figure, they bring him up during the story of David and Goliath.
Right.
You know, that they could turn into a book and sell for $8.99.
Yeah, cartoon.
Children, yeah.
Some children's story stuff. But that was a major event, you know what I'm saying, amongst Israel history.
Yeah.
Can't just knock that man off like he's nothing. No, he's going to be set up under Yahushua when the kingdom is established.
Yeah. Abraham's gonna be there.
Yeah.
You got it, bro.
That's it. That's it.
And those same people that disrespect, you know, King David and who he actually is, who we believe to be King Masha. Hey, hey, either way you're gonna bow, man. You're gonna bow to Yahushua in the order. Go ahead.
Said the Lord going to get you for disrespecting King David.
Yeah.
Because even with that one dude, he showed him mercy. I forgot what his name was, the Benjaminite dude, I think.
For the house of Saul.
But then when King Solomon came in, that's when he got hit up. The Lord is long suffering, but he's still gonna tolerate that bullshit.
You know how I am.
Yeah, all right, no. Go ahead.
Amos 9 and 11, it says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
Yeah, we're seeing this happen now. We see the northern and the southern kingdom coming back together. All right, being in one, being in unity.
Yeah.
That has never happened before. That's how we know that this prophecy is happening now.
In one mind.
Yeah.
You know, and that enmity, or the enmity, or the jealousy, and the what is it? Judah shall not vex Ephraim, and Ephraim shall not envy Judah. That's being wiped away. You know, through Yahushua. Only Yahushua could. Judah and Ephraim can come together if they on some gang shit. You know, they on some left-handed shit. You know, but that always gets broken up. Yeah. You know, this is the only thing that's not going to get broken up, because it's the Most High that's mending us back together as one. Okay, you got it.
Salakia, I have one more for you.
Okay, kind.
In Genesis, because they say that the Lord's not in Genesis. Well, he is in Genesis. So Genesis 49. Here we go. I'm reading the main point. Genesis 49 and 6. It says the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be.
Woo, that's it.
And the people consist of all 12 tribes being gathered when Yahweh shall return. It's like how we're going into with the house of David being established. You know, all tribes gonna be right back together, and it's happening now with the elect.
You got the 12,000 out of each tribe.
That's it.
Beamed up. That's gonna be the governing body. You know, the kingdom of heaven when it's established here on earth. That means that unity has to happen beforehand. We ain't gonna be at odds and then all of a sudden we get beamed up. Oh yeah, this is my brother. No, it's a leading up to it.
Well, like you was quoting earlier, I would set them in order before their eyes. Woo! Right? Let everything be done decently in order. Now the tribes are coming back in their order. Yeah. And everybody's coming in their lot. Nobody can bolt. No, this is my lot. That's my lot. The Most High is perfectly fitting everybody in the position. This is you here, there, here. Yeah. You first command, you second command. This is how it's gonna go.
Set thrones of David.
That's it. That's it. The set thrones. Like he told the 12, in the regeneration, when the Son of Man will sit on his throne, you also will sit on thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel, man. You're gonna be set up in leadership positions in your lot, in your position. Okay? And there's nothing nobody can do to get that position, which Christianity, okay, is trying to supersede, you know, try to inject themselves into that heavenly gathering. All right. Oh, all nations can come together now under unity of Jesus Christ. That's not in the scriptures.
Right.
There's always going to be a ruler. There's always going to be a ruler, and there's always going to be people that are going to be ruled over.
Right.
You know, that's how the Most High set it up. That's what's happening. Isn't that what's going on now?
Yeah.
It's just going to be a righteous kingdom. It's going to be done the right way. You know, where everybody gets a fair shake. Esau going to get a fair shake. You know, his fair shake is getting his ass beat. That's fair. And then getting exterminated. That's actually fair. The Most High is going to have mercy on Esau by exterminating him. Because there's actually no need for evil to be in the earth like that.
And he got
you
to
know?
rule for a good period of time.
That's it,
But really,
yeah.
at the end of the day, all the nations, everybody had a piece of the pie. Everybody had a crust. Everybody had a little speckle to rule.
Yeah, and Ezra says that. Lord, if we are your people,
Yeah.
why do we not own a possession with them?
Yeah.
You know?
Amos 9 and 12, that they may possess the remnant of Edom.
And that's the thing. They're constantly straying away from the fact that we are going to possess the remnant of
They don't like that.
Right, which that goes into the land, but also the people are going to be ruled over. But after they serve their purpose, after that 1,000 years, they're going to be eliminated. But that land is still going to be there, and Judah's going to get that
Yeah,
land.
Judah gonna annex that land.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because they look, oh, it's just the land. No, it's the people too.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
everything included. You know,
Well,
all
go,
inclusive.
Salakia. I was gonna say, if you go to Genesis the 27th chapter, where Jacob got the blessing, the blessing was for thy mother's sons to bow down before thee and to serve you. So in 25, that was that's what the elders to serve the younger. So it go way back.
Yeah.
So
Like way back burgers?
way back, you know. And now we're at the time where Esau's consolation prize is getting ready to be stripped, and he about to go buck crazy, buck wild, you know. This is the end for him. Now somehow, some way, we gonna destroy. I need to kill my brother Jacob. So he's gonna really actually try to destroy Jacob.
Jacob's trouble.
That's it.
That's what you see going on now. That's why he's making the moves with the, like I mentioned, when camp first started with ICE, and then he rolling, with the National Guard on shaking the hood. Now he's trying to forcefully step in to try to, like you say, to offset the prophecy, so to speak, but you can't. It's no stopping the will of the Heavenly Father.
Yep. And basically what Esau's doing now, he's deputizing these Trumpers, these Magites.
Yep.
He's deputizing them, He's basically saying, hey, look, I'll give you an extra $50,000 to join basically my private police force. That's basically what it is. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to say, it's like even the guy that played Superman joined ICE.
Yeah, I heard that,
He just played the latest.
Yeah.
He joined ICE.
Yeah.
I forgot the actor's name, but I'm like, wow.
It's basically hiring Edomites that want to be in that purge spirit.
Yep.
Like in all the movies, who was they targeting? Jake. They wasn't hunting other Edomites.
In all the
They wasn't
purges.
going after no Goops. No Elam. It was like all the
purges.
all our people.
And that was just a show of, not a showcase,
Especially the
showcasing
Yeah, the first person and the last person.
a preview. There you go, the water. A preview of what is expected for you, Jake. And again, the men of the Lord are out here to warn you of these things, so that way you can find some sort of hedge and protection. But you don't want to take heed.
There's robots everywhere.
You don't want to take heed. You don't want to listen. What they call them, the clankers.
Yeah, the clankers. Yeah, but there's robots everywhere.
Yeah.
They kickboxing, shadow boxing, food, jumping.
And they showing you the goofy ass ones that are falling over.
Yeah.
Like that. They got them
tying
bitches lined
shoes.
up and ready, man.
They're
not. That's not the core of Esau's robotics.
Nah.
He has something. He got transformed.
Well, the scriptures say that the sword is sharpened, that it may glitter, that it may be furbished. Meaning, there's only one reason for a sword, and that's a killing instrument.
Right.
So when you sharpen a killing instrument, what is the purpose? To be more efficient, to be greater at killing, at destroying something. So he got. Look at these video games where they got MMA and boxing and different fighting games, right? And they mimic actual real fighters. And they're able to play the video game. You can do a kick there, kick that. All they got to do is just put that through AI, do deep learning, put it in a robot. And a robot, that motherfucker can do some Bruce Lee type shit, man, and kick your fucking face off, okay, and not get hurt, and have well, there's a Netflix movie, Monsters of Men.
Yeah. That's a hell of a movie.
Monsters of Men, which was a high-level top secret AI that went rogue. It wasn't even supposed to be released, and it started learning. It started fucking learning, and broke away, So that's Esau's. Well, the scriptures say newly created monsters. That I gotta
creatures.
Newly Salakia.
No, sorry.
Newly created
creatures. Sorry.
Newly created creatures, man. Some crazy shit. We about to see some crazy shit. That's the end.
Yeah, you always see it even on cartoons and shows. They got that crazy supercomputer that malfunctioned and just took over robots, the system, the cities, and did a mass control. That's what we're entering.
I got something.
Go ahead, brother.
Daniel 12:1, and
Beautiful, beautiful.
Daniel 12:1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people.
And you know what that goes with? Isaiah 59 and 19.
That's what I was gonna,
Okay.
That's what I had on. That's
Yeah.
what I said, it's another one.
Because that's when we know Michael is the head angel underneath Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
So that means there's going to have to be divine intervention to step in, because not only do these devils have top weapons, but they also have robots.
Yeah.
They also have drones. They also have shit that, if not stopped, then they'll destroy everybody. But the Lord said He's going to intervene, like He did in Egypt, but even on a grander scale, because this is going to be a time, like the scripture says, such as was never since, like the brother's going to read. Go ahead.
And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
Yep.
And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book.
Everyone that shall be found written in the book, the elect. It's all about the elect. You know?
And this is a time that hasn't happened, to any other nation. These things have not occurred in the earth. When you go into history, and people are quick to, what about the big cost? Big H, with young Dolph, Dolph hit. We'll say it like that. No, man, that first off, that shit was fake as hell, minute. And then ultimately, it's not going to compare to what's getting ready to happen on Earth.
Yeah.
This is going to surpass the numbers of World War II, I think.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the one with the most casualties.
Yeah. World War I and World War II combined.
They both had. They had in the millions.
Yeah, and the 1918 influenza and any other virus ever, the bubonic and the pneumonic plague, the Black Death, it's going to surpass all of that.
Yes, sir.
Because it says, Isaiah 66, the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Well, and also Isaiah 24 talks about the earth is burned and few men left. When you read up to Isaiah 24 and go down, it talks about few men being left after this destruction. Because you're going to have everybody here in America that's not part of the elect is going to perish. But then you're going to have, missiles going to be flying up the land of Israel. That's going to be completely wiped out in that region. But then you're going to have that big earthquake too. And that's going to kill tens of millions of people as well, all around the world. Tsunamis, earthquakes, all type of stuff, infrastructure just falling, which is going to cause, supply chains to be broken,
Yeah, the earth shall reel to and fro like a trumpet. Because, like you said, the society is still going to keep going. So when Yahweh Shai returns, people still going to be in their day-to-day, lifestyle. So once all these missiles hit America, that's gonna shake the earth. So your ass is over in goddamn Italy shopping, and that shit just get to shaking. You fall in the Target, in the crevices of the damn Target. Through you and 18,000 other niggas, and that's gonna be a global event.
Oh yeah,
which is gonna because it's gonna cause famines too, and diseases.
There you go.
And what you have in Revelation 18, where the merchants were crying. Because they're not able to sell their merchandise anymore.
Right, because granted the whole time the elect gonna be in that fathership, rejoicing, celebrating, and we don't know the time frame of that. Whole time, there's no way that they can rebuild and recover from that.
Well, the first job of the elites is to bury dead bodies.
There you go.
That's not gonna be in America. That's gonna be in the other parts of the earth.
It's gonna be done to bury here.
It ain't gonna be nothing. It's gonna be level. They're gonna become the ash again. They're gonna be turned into salt. So there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be dying. Possible radiation poison as well. The water, wormwood, the water gonna be turned bitter. It's gonna be poisonous basically. It's gonna be a lot of things that's gonna be fucked up. And the elect is gonna have to come out of the ship and set everything back in order and get the heathens to start cleaning up. It's gonna be a major cleanup on the earth.
So it's gonna take one day to reestablish the earth back to its fullness. That 1,000-year period.
Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 22 to 23. It says, "For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy."
It speaks about what's
Who died by the sword?
Yeah.
Lamentation.
Yeah, we can do that. You know, because a lot of people are going to perish just based off of famine.
Yeah.
You know, because niggas don't fast, niggas don't partake in any of these, you know, intermediate fasts. It's breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks in between. You know, constantly having chips, constantly, you know, packing up all these calories that don't actually do anything for the body. Yeah, empty calories.
Yep.
So when that time comes where there's actual hunger and starvation and a true famine, they're not going to be able to do all the 600-pound life niggas are going to do within the span of a week. I'll give them 3 days.
I get 3 days.
You know?
Shit,
'Cause
3 hours.
They back to back eat in this big ass meals. Little ass bitch eat 5'2", and she's eating more than you. She's skinny, but somehow she's eating more than you. Well, that's not gonna fly in Jacob Circle because there's gonna be a scarcity of food. And again, you're not the men of the Lord. It says, "My servant shall eat, and ye shall be hungry." See, you didn't do the required actions, okay, to be defended in that day. So yes, you're gonna starve. Yes, you're gonna die of starvation. You're gonna die from pestilence. You're gonna die from disease. You're gonna die of thirst. Yeah, you're gonna die from, what's that, Jeremiah 14?
Yeah.
14, or is it 15? 15 to 2. You know, such as for death to death, captivity to captivity.
All kinds.
Yeah. Whatever the Lord has your lot for, that's just what's gonna happen.
Not good.
Yeah, right. If you ain't here, man, it ain't good for you. This nigga gonna last. He gonna be through. You know? Go ahead.
Lamentation.
Yeah.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger.
Yep.
For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field.
Yeah, it says you pine away. It's pretty much your body is just eating itself from the inside out. To the point where you ain't got shit.
Organ shut down.
Yeah, the organ shut down, you know, it's not getting the proper nutrients that it needs. And again, if you practice, even the niggas that do practice, you got the gym rats and shit, they practice intermittent fasting and shit. Well, if you don't have the Lord, you're still not going to be saved. Body exercise, probably little.
Keyword little.
Yeah, if you don't have Yahweh Shemashah, you still won't be delivered.
Well, yeah.
You can take, you can take all the proper precautions, okay, to be in the best state. You might last a little longer than the average Negro, but you're still going to end up like the average Negro. Destroyed. True. You want to say something?
Yeah, because say you work up a whole year straight, your ass take 2 weeks off. You're going to be huffing and puffing. That's how low level these bodies are.
Yeah.
You're going to get out of shape quick.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, fast, like boom. I stopped working out for 2 weeks. You got, and then it takes about a week, 2 weeks to get back to your, you know, if you've been working out constantly.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're not gonna have all that goddamn protein. You're not gonna have them pre-workouts, them powder. You're not gonna have them. A lot of motherfuckers they take testosterone juice. They take their own juice, whether it be prescribed from the doctor or they getting it through the street pharmacist. Growth hormones, you know. So you're gonna see these big ass bodybuilders, and within a week of the famine, they're gonna be sunken. They're sunken. They're gonna be in the sunken. They're gonna be all sucked dry, you know, through.
And that's where that divine intervention is going to need to step in to relate.
That's it.
Because even if a brother don't exercise, hey, he's still going to be able to take flight.
Yeah.
You know, on a group of troops, you know, a group of people trying to get at him and shit, the Lord going to intervene. Whether it's him, whether it's another brother coming in, or an angel, whatever the case may be. But again, if you don't have that defense, you know, Yahweh Shemashah, you're just going to be left.
Yep.
The evil.
Well, if you're not spiritually exercising, in the name of Yahweh Shemashah, you through.
Yeah.
You cook. And the Lord, he's basically, you know, like Esau, he's setting up the system to corner everybody.
Yeah.
Well, that's the Lord. The Lord really is setting up the system. He's cornering everybody. It's either you're going to be with E or you're going to be with the men of the Lord.
Yeah.
And of course, you got to be an Israelite. And he's getting ready to show you that he's not with Esau.
Yeah.
You're going to only have a third group of men that's going to be taken care of. Like, damn, how do you survive? That don't even make no sense. Yeah. This guy, I thought he was a bug out.
Yeah.
You know? But you straight. And people can tell in a state of crisis, there's an actual it's like a hormone that's emitted. There's an actual look. Your gait is different. Your body language, your eyes are different. You know, that glare. You know, you got fear on you. The minute of the Lord, they're not going to be in that fearful state. So there's going to be an identification. Like, man, who's this guy? You know, it's famine going on. Why you not starving?
And that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man.
And they gonna embrace you and ain't gonna let you go.
I'll make a man more precious than fine gold.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Yep.
You want some water?
No, I'm good.
All right, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Second Ezra 16 and 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand.
Yeah.
But I will deliver you from the same.
Yeah, I will deliver you from the same. The Lord is going to be with his elect when it's all said and done. That's why, what's that in, is that Sirach 2 and 10? Look at the generations of old.
That's it. That's it.
All you have to do is look at the generations of old and see, did any ever confide in the Lord, you know, and was forsaken? Did any of these men that proclaim the names of Yahweh Shem Shai at any point in time were they forsaken during their journey, during their walk? The answer is no. The Lord is always taking care of his men.
That's it. That's it.
He's always taking care of it, and he's going to continue to do that.
Well, look at us now. He's still taking care of us now.
I changed not.
You know what I mean?
He's going to do it back then, but now he's not going to do it now in the time where it matters most.
Yep.
No. That's why he's sending Michael.
That's it.
Hey, this is going to be some fucked up shit. Michael, go.
Yeah.
Go help him.
And you know, Michael, he gonna be ready. He ready. Like, Lord, what you want me to? Lord, is it this time? Hey, Lord, you want me to? Calm down, Michael, man. You know, I'm being playful, but you know, the angels, they want to do the will of the Lord.
Yeah.
You know, like even like we're angels. We like, nah, we gotta get to camp. We gotta do the video. You get pumped up, even though you might be in the body might be all in a low state. The spirit is like the spirit of a man was to stand in his infirmities.
And we know that we're on a higher level too, because
Let's go.
Scripture speak about the angels pretty much being envious,
Right.
you know, of the state that we're in now.
That's
You know,
it. That's it.
Yeah, we wish.
They desire to look into the things that we do.
Yeah.
Because that's how tapped in there with the Most High.
They wish that they could, you know, because this is a great role that we have. You know, it sucks pertaining to the body and to the flesh. Hey, but the spirit is going to overpower the flesh all day.
That's it.
No, go ahead, brother.
I said the scriptures say the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Yeah, there you go.
You know?
And the world to come, the Most High is going to be on top. Yahweh Shai underneath him. You know, and then you're going to have the men, 144,000, you know, King David, all the men that have been doing this work and that are part of the elect being magnified in the kingdom forever. Woo! You know, it's not going to be a thing, okay, momentary fame like in this world.
Yeah.
You know, you up top, everybody love you, then one thing you so-called do or be accused of, and all of a sudden you're the worst thing since Hitler. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's going to be like an everlasting thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Which we can't even imagine.
No.
You know?
No.
I had not seen.
Yeah. That one. Go ahead.
It says, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is your guide.
Yep. Doubt is going to be, doubt is a big factor, you know, when it comes to the flesh. You know, constantly thinking that you're not, you know, good enough. We know our righteousness is filthy rags, but we still have to have faith that the Most High is dealing. Because all you got to do is just look around the nation of Israel today. These niggas ain't doing nothing.
Nah.
Oh yeah, they're doing that.
You know, they're
Well,
not in camp.
look at Isaiah. Isaiah is a righteous man. He said that all our righteousness is filthy rags.
Yeah.
So this is coming from a prophet of the Most High. You know, I mean, a top prophet.
Yeah.
Well, look at Yahweh Shai when the young rich man came up to him.
Yeah.
He said, "Good master, what thing shall I do to enter into the kingdom of heaven?" He said, "Good. Why you calling me good? There's only one good, but the Most High."
Yeah.
I wonder what the Christians would say if you asked them what did he mean by that.
They
ain't gonna know.
They ain't gonna know.
No.
Yeah, they don't know.
You know, and Yahweh Shai, he didn't sin in that form. He was good,
Right.
but he understood that he went off in his past life.
There you go.
All right, so he's like, I ain't good. I went all the way off. I'm suffering for what I went off back then.
Adam.
You know,
Solomon.
but the sacrifice, it's a profitable sacrifice. Just like our sacrifice, this is a profitable sacrifice, right? We're going to inherit something. The Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, right? That you have showed towards His name. So what we're doing, right, is actually there's going to be a great benefit everlasting life. So really, what we're doing, we're going to get something far greater than the work that we put in.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to even be comparable.
Yeah.
You know,
You got to remember, this society is corrupt, fucked up.
Yeah.
Even if you're doing good in here, it's like your health is at risk. You know, this place is deteriorating, pollution,
shadow of death.
But in the kingdom, everything's gonna be perfect, pristine.
That's it.
The streets paved in gold. You walking on the streets and you just getting the aura and the vibes from
Feeling them, bro.
yeah. You know, the smells and everything that's gonna be there.
The women.
The women.
Every one of your women gonna be
Yours.
beyond bad, and yours, and never
virgins.
touched, and never been
virgins.
touched, and been trained up to serve you.
That's
And,
it.
and that's all they know.
Whatever you like.
You know, and they gonna love serve. You know, you try to, hey baby, can you massage my back? And she do a little 5 minutes, or she say, you do it too to me too.
It's
Like this, like
extra
God damn.
Yeah.
You know, they put no effort into it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Noodle fingers.
yeah, it is.
Cooked noodles.
All right, I'm tired.
Fine, nigga.
You know,
Like,
but in the
no
kingdom,
more
they gonna
fine
be,
niggas got no-
you know, what I mean, they gonna be
Shit, they're gonna be fighting.
butt naked. They gonna be
Not
gliding on
physically
you.
fighting. Yeah, damn. They're not gonna be physically fighting, but you know, fighting to see who could take care of you.
Yeah. That's it. That's it.
Is it my turn yet?
Yep.
Yeah. You don't need a schedule book for your women.
Yeah. I'll get you next week, baby.
Yeah. I got
You got the mental Rolodex.
Yep.
Hebrews 11:1. Now
that's right.
faith, that's what you have.
Yeah, I was gonna start with 6 though, but yeah.
Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Now, see, the things that we're just talking about, we're not able to physically see these things now, but we have faith in those things. We have faith that these things are going to come to pass. Because
Oh, yeah.
the scriptures say that the Lord is not a man that he should lie.
Yeah.
And how Shai promised to the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that they will be a great nation and they're going to be the Lord's people.
And the majority of Jake out here, they're not visionaries.
No.
They can't see. There's only very few that can see in the distance what's coming. And the part of that vision are the prophecies that are playing out on the planet. On a such a high level scale that you can't even keep up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be kingdom minded to understand these things.
Yeah.
And that the majority of our people, they're simply not. That's why when we talk about so-called UFOs delivering us, you know, the chariots of the Most High, okay, and Yahweh Shai and his angels coming and wrecking shop, they're not able to vision that and tap in and be like, you know what, that's a possible thing. That sounds like a movie. Nigga, this nigga created the movie. So an Edomite can direct and create a movie, but the Most High can't make these things happen.
Well, Jake is natural. A natural man understandeth not the things of the Most
There you
High,
go.
for they are spiritually discerned.
There you go.
You know, they're as a beast.
Close the book. Close
You
the
know,
book.
like you trying to, this is like you open up the scriptures and you trying to break down the Gentiles to a dog. It's a beast. The dog is want to run outside and fetch.
Right.
That's
He
all
eat
it's
his own
built to
vomit.
do. You know, yeah, it licks up his, it licks his balls.
God
You know what I mean?
damn.
It'll pop another dog right in front of you.
Yeah.
So it's a beast-like mindset. That's what Jake is doing.
Take a shit in front of
Yeah.
No
And just-
shame.
And just sleep right next to it. You know,
You know?
that's the state.
nasty,
But it's-
Motherfucker be walking around pink meat hanging out. And
Yeah.
No shame. It's a lot.
Not.
You got to.
I know you got. It escaped me. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's how Jake gonna be, man. Oh, that's how Jake is. They're brute beasts.
That's what it was. That's what I was gonna say.
And they're liking it. That's why they're liking it to the heathen.
Right.
Because the heathens are beasts. Why? Because there was no laws given to them.
Right. Ooh,
They
you
didn't
go.
have a set standard given to them. They were just shit. You could do what the fuck you want.
And that's why you had certain Israelite foreigners that were being called barbarians because they didn't have the standards that we had. You know, they were brought up under a different set of codes and rules that were totally different from ours.
Yep.
That the Israelites that were in Israel that kept the laws, that wore the fringes, that kept the high holy days, looked at them as barbaric because they were like, you guys ain't keeping the law, and that's why they cast a lot of Jakes out. And you got to remember, if you disagree with the council back then, you was cast out as a heathen, off the cuff. You ain't no argue. You ain't gonna argue. No, you out of here.
Ain't no back and forth.
Yeah.
Right.
And they'll look at you like a heathen. That's why they said, Yahweh Shai said it best. If a brother committed a trespass and you go through the proper channels of trying to get that man, to acknowledge his offense and repent, and he don't do it, after you bring him before the council of the church and he don't do it, you cast him out as a heathen man.
Yep.
Which shows you Israelites become heathens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is Habakkuk 1 and 4. Therefore the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth come and pass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth.
Yeah.
Wrong judgment proceed. You want to say
No, you got it.
Okay, yeah. Wrong judgment. And read that top part again.
All right, this is Habakkuk 1 and 4. I'll just read it all again. Therefore the law is slack, and judgment
Matter
doth
of
never
fact,
go forth.
You should start up above that.
All right, 3, okay. We're going to start from the top.
Yeah, you can start at the top.
Okay. Habakkuk 1 and 1. The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see, O Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save.
And that's what we speak about today.
Right.
We see the shit that Esau's doing. And sometimes you just be like overwhelmed with so much shit. It's like man, this devil got to go down. The Lord got to do something to this devil.
Yeah.
Because we know our time, the Most High's time is different from our time.
Yeah.
We want this devil to go down yesterday.
Yeah.
But the Lord is bound by his word. So not even for his great, he can't say, well, my name is Yahweh, I created everything, so I'm going to step in. The Lord can do what he wants, but he's not going to break his word.
Yeah.
That's the point. If he says something, he's going to stick by it. That's why it says, what if the Lord, willing to show his power, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted for a charge.
And the crazy part is, Jake doesn't understand that. But when you deal with just regular niggas, that's saying, pretty much you're known by your word. So pretty much if you break your word, you ain't a real man.
Yeah.
So Jake carries that sentiment, that idea.
Word is bond.
Yeah.
Word is
I can't
bond.
break my word.
Word is my bond.
But the Most High is the same way.
Yeah.
And he's better than us. Hey, he can't break that. He said it. That's what's got to happen.
Because man breaks their bond.
There you go.
Jake will say one thing one day and completely have a change of mind another day. Just you had like a strong thought of something, and then you went to bed and you woke up and then it's like you don't it's not that strong. You change like like you get with a woman, you like, man, fuck this bitch, I ain't dealing with this whole no more. And the next day you back with her. You complain to the bros, I ain't going back with her. And you back with her the next day because the heart can change.
Yeah.
That you were in the flesh. The Most High is not in the flesh. He can't change.
Right.
He changes not.
Yeah.
So if he says something, that's what it is. It ain't nothing. What if, the Lord is not straddling the fence.
He's not
Okay,
double-minded.
he's not double-minded. That's it. That's it. He's not unstable. His mind is stable.
Yeah.
He's not subject to brain fog.
Right.
He's not subject to forgetting. Oh, I forgot. I don't know. Did I say that? No, I don't remember.
Man, right.
Be God.
You don't need to take
right.
go to cola. You don't need to take herbs.
Yeah, nerving.
Yeah, nervines and digestive bitters and shit and juice, and he gotta do push-ups. He don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Everything's working. He's the author of all that.
Yeah, all
Man,
right,
right.
you see.
Everything you see,
That
he's
way-
the author of that.
He's authorizing what works for you.
That's it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Malachi chapter 3 verse 6 in the NLT, it says, I am the Lord and I do not change. That is why you descendants of Jacob are not already destroyed.
Right. I am the Lord and I do not change. See, the Most High is never going to change. That's why, again, when you go into, you can't jump from Malachi to Matthew and then expect to have a complete understanding of the Bible. Again, you skipped the whole beast. You skipped the whole empire that pretty much created these Gentiles, these Jakes that are just going to hell off. And that's why there's so much
Israelite
commotion around the time of, Yahushua and the apostles.
But what the Christians do, they just read it like a comic book. Front the right, left the right, but no, you can't just read that. And there's different stories that it can be from the Old Testament and the story does a continuation in the New Testament. That can happen. Or it can be from both the New Testament, but it's from a different book. What Christians do, because those scriptures say, here a little, there a little, line upon line.
Yeah.
You can't just do that. You got to go into meaning of words, history. You can't just pick up the book and just.
You gotta study.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
gotta
like you got people sitting in the theater, everybody been there since the beginning, then the guy comes in halfway in the movie, he gonna try to tell you what the movie's about. First of all, you ain't seen, you missed the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so if you don't know the first half of that, then you're gonna be lost.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna come in and Gentiles, yeah, that's everybody. No, it could apply to everybody, but that's what is when you read even when you read the New Testament, there's a distinction between when it's speaking about a Gentile that's gonna get salvation and a Gentile that's gonna get judgment. And the ones that's gonna get salvation are the Israelite foreigners if they repent.
And they're still running off of the American modern day mindset because, like sometimes in the scripture when it speaks about an Ethiopian or this nation or that nation, it's just he's just from that land mass.
Right.
This is still an Israelite.
Right.
It ain't like today how you I'm American. It's not a fucking.
What kind of American are you?
You know, but they're applying that modern day mindset to a biblical mindset.
You can't do that.
Work.
You can't take a Western mindset and apply it to Eastern culture.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work. It's gonna conflict.
The opposites.
Yeah.
The literal opposites.
Yeah.
They don't mix.
You don't
Oil
know.
and water.
Don't look at the fucking compass. The literal opposites. Go ahead, man.
I got another scripture showing that Israel liking on the heathen.
Yeah.
This is Susanna, chapter 1, verse 56, and this is when Daniel was basically trying to see what the two elders were going to say as a testimony. So this is the second one, the second elder. Susanna 1 and 56, it says, so he put him aside and commanded to bring the other, and said unto him, O thou seed of Canaan and not of Judah. He was actually an Israelite,
Right.
but because he put off the laws and followed after wickedness, he was likened unto him.
What they called Yahushua is Samaritan. They would say you have a devil and you're a Samaritan that has a devil. And that was like, back then that was like one of the ultimate insults, calling somebody a Samaritan. Because you're nothing but a heathen. You know, but they weren't talking about the actual Samaritans. They were talking about the Israelites that they considered apostates. Because anytime you had Israelites that would break the law or were accused of breaking the law, and they didn't want to come before the council because they knew the council was wicked, they fled to Samaria for refuge because they would take them in. And you know, you had abilities there to still worship the Lord. You know, so that's why they call them a Samaritan. They consider those apostates. Even so in Sirach, around the 51st chapter, around there, so 51st chapter, it speaks about that nation that was amongst the Samaritans, the Israelites. They looked down on them, you know.
That's why it's so important to know the history.
Yeah.
You know, like the Apostle Elder Tahar says, in order to know, you must know the history to understand the mystery. You know, which these people are not well versed in history, and the history that they are accustomed to is revised Edomite history. You know, he made everybody's Esau. You know, well he pretty much cut Jake out of being in the the Byzantine Empire. You know, the Middle Ages. Jake wasn't there. Jake wasn't ruling in Europe. Jake wasn't ruling in Spain and Portugal. Jake wasn't a king. You know, you were just a monkey swinging on a branch. You know,
the most a nigga get is Egypt.
Yeah, that's the most.
Yeah, niggas love Egypt.
Oh yeah.
For some, Egypt, Africa, they love that land mass so damn much.
Land.
Yeah, that's where it really started. So you want to go back home?
They defend that shit more than the goddamn Hamites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hamite don't even like.
Well, the true actual Egyptians, they don't even know that they're Egyptians.
Yeah.
That's how fucked up. Them Sudanese, they got pushed south of Egypt.
Yeah.
You know, they down there. You got Arabs that are in there. So not even those Arabs over there that claim to be Egyptian, they don't even push that culture.
No.
They about making money, man.
Oh yeah.
They not about pushing the Book of the Dead. There's no great Egyptian, scholar or religious leader that's in the forefront of the world. They don't even bring that shit up, man. You go over there to Egypt, the motherfuckers are trying to grip you to get on a camel ride to go see them pyramids. They want a bag, man.
Oh yeah.
They worship money. They need that tourist money.
Yeah.
You know, and they know that they're not the people.
They want to give you that camel
Yeah,
shawarma.
that's
Camel shawarma,
they know that they're not the people, man.
Oh yeah. They know that they come from Ishmael.
Yeah.
They know the history of how that area was conquered from Esau by them.
Come
Come on, man.
Come on.
And that's where you got even these American Egyptologists, Jakes, that get mad when they paint Cleopatra as a white woman, and certain Ptolemies, and from around 300 some odd AD on down, you know, as so-called white. They were. You know, they were so-called white people that conquered the actual Egyptians that were there and put them under subjection. So they took over, you know, the power of Egypt. That's why you have the Ptolemies and the Cleopatras painted as so-called white pharaohs. And then after they were taken out, you had, you know, eventually you had the Ishmaelites come up in there. But the only thing is the Ishmaelites didn't put up an Ishmaelite, you know, pharaoh, because they're not following that shit.
They didn't sit as Ishmaelite pharaohs.
Right.
You know.
They sat as, you know, representatives of the Muslim, you know, community.
Yep.
Come on, man. You don't see no Ishmaelite pyramids.
No.
You know, no relics of themselves, you know, in Egyptian garb.
Yeah.
You know, as painted themselves as Tutankhamun, you know, Fasili, or whatever, the Muhammad. You know what I mean? Y'all got it though.
Nope, 924.
Pharaoh Muhammad. You know?
With a turban.
Yeah, with a turban
with a turban.
and a Quran in his hand.
No. That's nowhere on the earth. Go ahead.
Job 924. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Beautiful.
Yep.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
It's
Yeah,
Esau. He the one. He's the one that's guilty. He's the one that did that. They already did that.
Yep. And again, that's what's it, hypothetical or rhetorical?
As far as a rhetorical
Yeah,
question.
like the one that doesn't need an answer.
Rhetorical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a rhetorical question. As you see, who covered the faces of the judges? Esau, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ultimate judge being Yahweh Shai. Now he's a so-called white man with long, stringy hair.
But then they say the color don't matter. Then why is that the image then?
Right.
Why is it that if it don't matter?
Right.
Why does it have to be that if it don't matter?
It was when it was that,
It was fine.
color was never brought up.
Nobody bat the eye.
You
They
know?
don't bring up color. Oh, he's a spirit.
They never
So
said
then
that.
why didn't we lead with a clear crystal image of the
They
Messiah?
still got that shit in their house.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And niggas got on their chains.
Yeah.
They still worship. They still. Yep.
Yeah, tattoos.
Got Jesus piece.
Nigga
Yep,
face
yep.
on it.
They don't even be believing in the Lord, and they still be wearing the Jesus piece. They don't even believe in it. So why you
Yeah,
even wearing
especially
it?
Northern Kingdom, them wetbacks.
Dang.
They were even worshiping.
Guadalupe.
Virgin Mary.
Yeah, Virgin Mary.
You have the blackest nigga with a tat of Caesar Borgia on him too.
Dang.
Yeah.
You know, so it's cross tribal.
Ink mixed in with his
You know?
skin. He's so damn dark.
You know, that's why the black woman wear that blonde weave.
Yeah.
She wanna be like Jesus, Jesus' mother. You know, white woman. You know,
When they lying.
that she worships. Our people look, man. Our people actually worship Esau as a god.
Yeah, they do.
That's actually why they defend Esau so much. They defend plantation Christianity so much. When you come up on there, Jake will look at the sign, and what's the first nation there? What would they say? Why isn't Esau right there?
Where's the white man?
Yeah, where the white man? They don't give a fuck about the Indian man, the East Indian man,
Arab.
you know, the Chinese man, the Arab man. What about yeah, they don't even care about their own.
They skip over all the Jake. You see all your people on this sign. Where the white man at? Why the hell is that even a question?
And then you'll say, oh, the white man, he's the devil, he's the wicked. And what Jake will say, you got black devils too. Yeah, nigga, I know.
Or you're racist.
You know?
You're
You one
racist.
of
You're
them.
prejudiced. You're racist.
Yeah, niggas are wicked. Right? But Jake, what is it, Proverbs 12 and 26, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seducing them. Even though Jake is wicked, the Most High still prefers Jake over any other nation. The most wicked Israelite on the earth. He's going to be a priest in the kingdom of heaven. All right, he's gonna have that heart of flesh.
Yeah.
He's gonna be one with the Most High. He's gonna have an actual relationship with the Most High that nobody can come in front of. The most wicked Jake, Diddy, the Diddler.
Oh, Lord.
You know,
Yeah.
he gonna be righteous in the kingdom.
Yeah, in the kingdom, yeah.
He gonna be right. As crazy as that seems, you know,
He one of y'all kids.
he's gonna be, yeah, he's gonna be somebody's kid.
He one of y'all get it.
Yeah, the
But
famine.
he ain't gonna be doing no diddy bopping in the kingdom. All right, he gonna be righteous, man. He gonna have his head down for a period of time.
Yeah, right.
No more baby oil.
You know,
Yeah, no baby oil.
No more
man. We
baby
gotta
oil.
Put that to the side.
Thousands of bottles.
come on.
You might remember. Go ahead. You got something, bro?
I got something. Johnson
Bro,
and Diddy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got something.
Johnson
Just
and
prove how we're
Diddy.
different amongst the rest of the people.
What is that shit
Yep.
called?
Yeah.
This is
Baby
uh,
oil.
baby
Oh, yeah,
oil.
yeah, yeah.
Deuteronomy
Baby oil.
7 and 6. I'll probably read down to 8. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord Yahweh Bashmel Shai thy power. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right, above all
Everything's
people
good.
that are upon the face of the earth.
Nothing bad.
So we were chosen to be that peculiar nation, that spectacular seed, if you will. Okay, this is the nation that the Most High has chosen. Okay, to deal with.
Yeah.
And again, we can't change it,
Yep.
which we won't. We don't want to change it.
Right.
You know, we can't change it. Esau can't change it. Nobody can change the will of the Heavenly Father.
But Esau tried.
Yeah, he tried.
Replacement theology,
Yeah.
supersessionism.
Yep. All those BS doctrines that are pushed out to try to make it seem like that's why he's pushing so hard to still try to include himself in the story. Well, I have great news for you. You're still in the story. It's just not how you want to be. You're in the story. You're just going to do 1,000 years and get fucking wiped off the earth. That's your lot. Sorry, not sorry, bro. You don't. That's your lot. That's
You reap what you sow. I mean, look at your actions.
Yeah, look.
And regardless if you believe it, regardless if you think it's fair or not, it don't matter. It's still gonna happen. We didn't want, if we had a choice of going into slavery or not, who will say, yeah, let's go into slavery, let's get our ass beat, let's catch hell. And the Lord, I don't care what you gotta say. You gonna do this. You gonna go off. I'm gonna judge you. I'm gonna put the double over you. I'm gonna have this and that happen to you. But guess what? At the end, I'm gonna have mercy on you. Okay, and I'm gonna set you up. And I'm gonna do better unto you than I did at the first. Jake ain't gonna be complaining in the kingdom. You, oh Lord, that wasn't even that. You know, that was nothing, Lord. You know, I don't even know why I was complaining. You know, you set up. You know, we gonna be traveling galaxies, man.
Damn.
How could you even be mad? You know, when you start to understand, and that's just what our pea brains can think of.
Right.
Yeah.
It's way far. It's way more far out than that.
Oh, yeah.
There's no comprehending the Most High. We have just seen just a few of His works, and that's crazy. You can think upon that for eternity, and it'll still keep going. How much more the Most High is always expanding. You know, the Lord's his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is infinite, right?
But,
Go ahead.
like,
No, go ahead.
in Luke 1, when Yahweh Bashmel Shai, nothing is impossible.
That's it. That's it.
I got something. Because we was talking about basically the mindset of 2/3 with the blonde hair, you want to be like the Edomite, you know? Well, the elect, they're not going to be like that. So Isaiah 10 and 20, it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more stay upon him that smote him, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel. And so,
In truth.
yeah, in truth, yep,
Yeah.
yep, in truth, yep. And so the elect, they're going to do that. And as of right now, that's beginning with the 144,000. You know, the 1/3, 33.3% of Jacob. They're not staying upon Esau Edom anymore. They're staying because really staying going into basically through a line upon Yahweh Bashmel Shai. There's no more depending on the Edomite anymore or another nation. Though we got to dibble and dabble in the world, you know, to get certain things done, we're not staying upon them niggas because you know that the Lord controls everything.
That's why when the chip is rolled out and
He's already paid.
we're going to stay upon Yahweh Bashmel Shai. We're going to rely upon the Lord and not man's devices, man's, phone and all that shit. But the regular people, they're still going to be fully dependent. That's why there's no such thing as an independent black man. You fully depend on Edomite man to give you your WIC, your food stamps, your Section 8, your child support. So on and so forth.
She got a job,
Then don't apply. If you have a job and you're so independent, don't apply for this thing. You know?
Get your own water.
Yeah.
Get your own food.
Change your oil, bitch. But
Yeah,
you
change.
can't
Yeah,
do that.
and get the oil from somewhere
Yeah,
else.
but you can't do that.
Get it from the ground.
But nobody, hey, but we're going to be fully dependent on your how about you outside that day. Meanwhile, the rest of our people, they're going to be depending on Esau, and that's going to, real quick, Isaiah 30. Yeah. You know, that's going to be that downfall. All that trust that you put into Egypt, all right, because you know this is spiritual Egypt beside it. All that trust you put into Egypt, all those beliefs that you had, it's going to fall through the damn earth. Got that?
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
Yeah, to take counsel but not of me. Our people don't go to Yahweh Shemashah in regards to anything. They don't go to the Lord for anything. And then when they get these, especially these celebrities, when they get these awards and shit, first of all, I want to start off by thanking God. They're thinking
Open all that up.
They're thinking Esau. They're thinking Satan, man. They're not thinking Yahweh Shemashah. No celebrity has yet to this day gotten an award and praised the name of Yahweh.
But they have to denounce it. When they go into the Illuminati parties and have where they got to do all these devil worship, they have to denounce the name of the Lord.
You already know. You can't do that no more, man. You can't do it at all. Go ahead.
And that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
Right. Iniquity. And that covering that they're taking is not of the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah. And if it ain't of the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah, how do you expect protection? You know? And then you're trusting in the same man that's getting ready to do you dirty.
Go down.
Esau's getting ready to flip on you, Jake. And you're still going to put and confide in him. You know? This isn't the same. We have the name of Yahweh Shemashah. We understand that we're Israelites. We have the knowledge now. We no longer have a need to depend on this nigga for anything. That's why the Lord is slowly but surely stripping that power away from him. Esau doesn't have power anymore. Nobody's afraid of this nigga.
But Jake,
Yeah. And even then, that's still getting lower. You know?
yeah, because he hasn't showed his.
You got it.
No, Esau hasn't really showed.
Right.
He been nice to niggas, you
And
know.
now when he shows his horns, when he take that helmet off and them horns show.
Yeah. That MAGA hat off.
Yeah. That MAGA hat
Motherfucking
on,
horns start
and the
growing.
horns gonna be like them big ass bulls. It's just gonna be sticking all the way out.
Yeah.
Once they see them horns, then they gonna fear Esau. But the elect are gonna be straight. You know, we ready to fear the Most High than men.
Well, because who created Esau? Who created Esau with them horns? The Most High.
That's his whipping stick.
That's it. That's his creature.
Who
you know?
promised deliverance from this same creature? Most High. The Lord promised us that He was going to deliver us from this treacherous time.
And that's what these Christians, they fail to realize. They think the Most High is not in control of anything. Satan's doing too much.
Free will.
Yeah, free will. Or Satan's taking over. Oh, it's Satan. They never give homage to the Lord no more. It's always credit to Satan.
Yeah, the Most High is all powerful and all knowing, but He didn't know that Satan was going to turn against him and cause this big ass battle.
Yeah, like Satan just renegade doing his own
Yeah.
thing. He's not taking no order.
He took the earth?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
The Lord woke up. Was, oh shit, what happened?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, he was sleeping.
Yeah, mutiny and shit in the heavens.
Yeah.
it makes no sense, man.
It's Satan took a third of the angels with him, you know. We out of here.
Back door behind the scenes.
Went in the treasure chest of the Most High, took some of the jewels.
Started a whole rebellion.
And then jumped down off the cloud in heaven and dropped down to the earth.
Hey, like they said about Prometheus, he stole God fire from the gods, bring to man.
Yep.
Fuck out of here. He went to the altar with some tongs and stole some of the coals on the, come on, man.
The angels that were at guarding the coals and the fire, they would sleep.
Yeah, they would sleep.
You know, or they was, they beat the angel. You don't even want to talk about it. It sounds stupid.
Yeah.
But that makes people not want to believe the Bible. Because when you hear Christians, they give you like a really cartoonish ass story when you read the script, when they read the scriptures.
Yep. And then they'll tell you the story, and then they'll look at you like, I don't really believe I don't really believe this, but
Yeah, you didn't even believe the garbage you said.
They don't have faith in their own doctrine. That doesn't make any sense. Why are you going out and teaching? You know,
Just to give them something to do.
Flag, booty shorts.
Everybody likes to have a. We're in a time where everybody likes to have a title to something. Captain this, I'm a believer of this,
Yeah,
I'm true to this,
trans
that.
flag,
You know, it's just a damn title.
Transformers.
go ahead, bro. You got something?
Yeah. It's Sirach 12:10.
Yep.
Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Right. Never trust thine enemy. And see, Jake still hasn't learned the lesson of not trusting of trusting Esau, man. When you go throughout history, there's never a point in time where Esau was good to us. That's not a thing, you know?
He probably forgot.
And Jake still has yet to grasp the concept. Damn, maybe this nigga ain't on my side. Maybe he's not for me. Yeah, he's never been on my side. He doesn't plan on being on my side. And it's not in the plans of the Most High.
But again, that's their God. They're believing their God.
Yeah.
And their God, what does their God give them? Their God give them unlimited chicken, right?
Hot chicken.
Unlimited hot chicken.
Drink.
Give them unlimited beers.
Fire
Give
oil.
them a limited time to play video games.
Yeah, unlimited pleasures.
You know, give them a bullshit ass job.
A weekend off.
You know, give you a
Hennessy.
bullshit ass
Pay bitches.
apartment. A bullshit ass. What else does Jake need? And give you ability to fucking party and be a freak.
Yeah.
That's all Jake need. Jake could just be comfortable, just watching football at a goddamn time, drinking beer,
Surfing it.
and eating fucking chicken.
Yeah.
You know, and they will only consider the enemies their ops. They're the person that looks like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't look at Esau as an enemy. He's not the enemy. You know?
There's a video that Jake had posted the other day, but he was pretty much talking about, you know, I load my gun every day for black people. I never had to think that, you know, oh man, this white man might get me or this and that. But he's like, nah, I'm worried about niggas that look like me, darker than me, which that's part of the curse.
Yep.
Now we're coming into the time where you're gonna have to worry about a Edomite getting your ass.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what's getting ready to happen.
Well, Jake don't look at the Edomite as
As an enemy.
an
Correct.
enemy. Why? Because Jake's already conquered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your ass do something, he gonna send a motherfucking SWAT on your ass.
Oh yeah.
It'll be a manhunt. He'll turn the whole world upside down just to find one motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know? So Jake understands that concept. Okay, if I go against him, it's gonna be some consequences. I pretty much, if I do that, it's gonna have to be death by a police officer. I'm not getting away with this crime.
But they don't think about that concerning the Heavenly Father. And that's where the problem lies. Because it's more important than that. You know, if we go off against the Heavenly Father willingly, hey, that's a hell of a judgment.
He'll send E.
Yeah.
He'll send E, he'll grab your ass up, and E in prison, he'll turn the other way and let the booty bandits come get you.
Dang.
And act like he didn't see it.
Nope.
And you just getting flipped and dipped. That's worse than death.
Yeah.
You know?
God damn.
Yeah, but the Most High can do, the Lord can give you up to that.
Yeah.
That's where the fear should lie in. You know, he can paralyze you and you still get flipped and dipped in the hospital. And you paralyzed. The Lord can do that. Hey, there's shit like that go down.
Yeah.
He can have, you can be caught up in one of the motherfucking elite trafficking rings.
Yeah.
One day you get grabbed up. Now you wake up, you fucking in a dungeon, man. Spending the rest of your life getting flipped and dipped.
You don't know where the fuck
And then
you
getting
go.
sliced up. You know?
Go ahead.
So the Lord can do that.
You got more?
A little bit. Though he humbled himself and go crouching.
And that's what Jake don't understand. See, Esau, he's a cunning hunter. The lion just don't come on the prairie and just bulldoze his way and grab the gazelle. He crouches.
Yep. He waits.
He waits. He knows his prey.
Stalks.
Right? He understands his prey. He understands his prey's eating habits. He understands where his prey goes to feed. His prey go to drink. You know, when they're vulnerable. You know, their formations. How they deal amongst each other. And he crouches. And then he pounces on the prey. So he comes cunningly. He's a hunter. Right? So though he crouched, and this is Esau today so-called humbling themselves, giving Jake jobs, allowing Jake to become millionaires in certain cases, so-called setting up organization like Black Lives Matter and putting a black face and making it seem like you are for the black struggle. You know, CNN, MSNBC speaking, you know, more liberal, and they'll have a black face there, and they're like, yeah, you know, racism is bad. And then you got Esau that would play that role, the liberal, you know, that's so-called fighting for Jake. A lot of them, the ICE protests, it was Edomites. But that's him crouching and humbling himself to ultimately to pounce on your ass. Because where are them Edomites now? Why aren't they fighting against Esau and Trump? Right? Why is he not fighting against that? Because it's all Revelation 13. He had 2 horns like a lamb, but he spake as a dragon. Go ahead.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
Yeah. Read that again, Salaki.
Yeah. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Yeah, beware of him. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou had wiped a looking glass.
All right, so you're gonna see, you know, you're gonna see him for who he truly is.
Yeah.
And again, we're getting ready we're seeing it now. This man is getting ready to pounce on Jake.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, right now he's stalking, he's creeping, laying in the bushes. You said what? Yeah, chess moves.
It said to you know, take good heed.
Yeah.
Jake don't be listening to the shit that Esau be saying. He'll go like right in one ear and right out the other. You know, all you heard was whatever good things, that benefits that you might get out of it. Oh, peace and safety. Like, this is for your good. We trying to help you out. This and that. That's why everybody, you know, a lot of niggas was cool with voting for Trump at first, and now you see how he just flipped the whole 180.
Well, it's really the same narrative, because how are they coming in? They're coming in with so-called tackling crime.
Yeah.
You know, Jake that does crime. Jake is a terror to their own. Jake is a terror to their own community. They do, you know, shoot up the block, kill innocent people within their own community. So there is a sentiment where Jake is like, man, they're tired of these YNs.
Yeah.
You know, they tired of the drug cartel. They chopping motherfucking heads off, flaying their skin and shit. They don't do that to Esau. They do that to their end. So there is a sentiment of getting these criminals out. But Esau is using that really as the Trojan horse to encompass all of Jake.
Yep.
You all gonna be thrown in there, okay? Not just Hector and baby Debo, you know, and Pookie and Ray and Jesus that slang drugs. You know, you gonna be also a terrorist, okay? You're gonna be a domestic terrorist.
Yeah, they are. Look at how they treat you when you come into certain of their establishments.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
hurrying by,
Yep.
clinching the purse. You're already deemed as a threat, as a, you know, like you're just gonna do everything by force and violence because of what's pushed. The narrative that's pushed is that so-called black people, Negroes, they're very aggressive, they're loud, they're obnoxious, and you niggas get mad at the stereotype, but you literally fit the damn stereotype.
It's
You
true.
gotta do it.
It's true.
Yeah.
Niggas are loud. Niggas are a terror.
Yeah.
You know, like niggas are violent. Niggas.
Yeah, right.
And that's the majority of our people are niggas.
Yeah.
Ultimately, because if you're not in this truth, you're nothing but a nigga.
There you go.
Ultimately, because we were all in that nigga, like it's a nigga, being a nigga is a state of mind.
Yeah.
Because who's really the first nigga?
That's a disease.
Esau. Esau is the actual nigga. Jake is just mimicking what Esau does on a global level.
Yeah.
Esau he has the power to hide what he does.
Exactly.
But who comes into land who steals blocks? Who really shoots up the block? Who really airs it out? Esau drops fucking bombs on people, man.
I said, like you said, what Jake does is small level compared
That's
to what
it.
Esau does.
Small crime.
They shooting up blocks, but they dropping bombs on nations.
That's it.
You know? This nigga, man.
Like the drug dealer, right? You pushing your dope on a corner and you making all types of money, and then the other dope nigga, he want to push you off the block so he can get that money. That's what Esau do. He'll come into a country, you see you making money, you got resources, you got natural gas, you got gold, you got cobalt, you got aluminum, copper, whatever it may be, a rare earth minerals. What does he do? he puts up a demonization campaign to come against a particular leader, to say you're doing this, you're doing that, with the justification to come in with his military, bomb your ass, and then what happens? What happened to Syria after that coup? They opened Syria up for a U.S. investment. They put a puppet in there. Now America is doing business with Syria. But what does that mean? America is extracting the resources from that area. So that's what it's the same thing what niggas do. This is my block. I'm making money on this block. If a nigga try to come on here and get money, I'm gonna kill him. Yeah. That's what Esau does. You know, if you are a competition, he gonna put you to death.
Yep.
You know, and he gonna set up a campaign to demonize you, and for the justification of what he's doing, of weapons of mass destruction. Yep. Well, there was actually not found any weapons of mass destruction. How many millions of people actually died because of that mistake? But was it actually a mistake? What were they actually really doing? Why did they switch from Iraq go to Afghanistan? What was the reason for that? Huh? They wanted to secure the bag. They wanted to make sure them poppy fields is good, man. Cause they getting that money. Okay? So niggas are just doing what their father the devil is doing. But Jake is on a low level. You know, Jake's mind is low. Esau, he searched deep. He does it on the highest level. All right, go ahead.
Like 2, dividing iniquity upon their base.
Yep.
We got 4 more.
Pretty much.
Okay. Good, man.
John chapter 8, verse 44. It's in red. It says, "Ye are of your father the devil,
Yeah.
and the lust of your father ye will do."
Yeah, and here it is. Yahweh Shai is speaking to Jake. You know, letting him know, hey, you niggas are wicked, man. Like, you literally are your father the devil. You're doing the exact same things as this nigga doing, like the elder was just going into. It's just on a low level. But it's Jake, so they push it so, you know, they have a way of pushing that shit far beyond what it actually needs to be. All Esau had to do was just play with the minds of the people, and then they do the rest.
Yep.
To the point to where now you can't even blame you can't blame Esau, but you can't even blame the Edomite. It's niggas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake, you know, fully, you fully like embraced it, and then you went even harder with it. Basically, you know, he introduced the whole, you know, the NWA like nigga culture with the rap and everything, and then Jake just took it off and ran with it.
Yeah.
And aren't niggas supposed to be conscious now? Isn't it so much information coming out to how the Edomite, the so-called white man, particularly small hat, how he has manipulated the culture, okay, and overthrew it and injected bad behavior. He pays Jake to be wicked. When niggas say, you know what? Hell no, we both boycott. We gonna do our own thing. The hell with you. We ain't signed no contracts. We ain't dealing with. Jake ain't doing that. You know what Jake is doing? Jake's doubling down. Jake's saying, I'll do it. There's always a nigga to do the job.
Yeah.
And it's always a nigga to do the job, and he'll do it cheaper. And certain niggas will do it for free. You know, just because they ain't got nothing else. You know? So you can't even blame Esau no more. Because Yahweh Shai, he has opened himself up to Jake now through the prophets.
Yep.
So now they have no cloak for their sins. Right? Yahweh Shai came, he spring, and he's like, hey, look, I'm here. What's up? And Jake, I don't know, I ain't. I'm in the hood, my nigga. I gotta get this bag and get me. You know, that's the spirit that they in.
They said put him to death and free the murderer.
That's it.
That's the type of spirit that they was in back then, and same thing now. You know, you're telling Jake to turn back and repent, but you want to stay here and keep on living in darkness and wickedness, because you got free reign in this society to just be a complete demon.
And like you said, we're seeing it now. With that whole niggas going on a fast for a nigga that's getting goddamn pegged.
Oh, there was a so-called fast, right? Like you said. But the nigga, he basically said, I'm not part of this community no more.
Yeah.
You know?
Y'all fasted for nothing.
Y'all fasted for nothing. It was in vain. And he said, I'm not part of the community no more. And y'all niggas is just cosplaying being the people.
And y'all foolish for following.
Now he wants to get a job with Adam Cuck 22.
Yeah, he even said Esau go harder holding down the Bible than Jake do.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. So you sticking it up like you riding heavy for the so-called white man.
That's crazy. all that shit you talk too.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy? You talking all,
Put
you
the
talking
talk-
cash money shit,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you get exposed and you can't take the heat. Now I don't have nothing. You act like a black bitch, man.
You start crying.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm going to therapy. The fuck is you? What are you the therapy is the scriptures, nigga.
Yeah.
The therapy is the spirit of the Yahweh Shema Shai. He's trying to put his spirit upon you and you rejecting it. Oh, well, reprobate silver shall men call them. All right, because they have been rejected of the Lord. So these niggas are just rejects, really. You know, and we're seeing a train derailment in live, a crash out basically. You know?
Go ahead, bro.
Second Timothy 3.
Getting
1.
popped. Come on, man.
This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Yeah.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents.
Yeah, disobedient to parents. You're disobedient to the leadership. Okay, that's clearly been presented in front of you. All right, by the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, which is the apostles and the elders, the elder bishops, the great millstone, on down. Like I said, that same nigga talked all this shit about the apostles, and then now look at it. And it always happens like that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It happens. You see the examples, you hear about the examples, and nobody seems to think, you know what, maybe I shouldn't do this. Because Jake, isn't that the Lord is just giving them over to that reprobate spirit. And yeah, they're lust. Go ahead.
It says unthankful, unholy, without natural affection.
Unthankful, unholy. How did you learn the names? How did you know that you came from the tribe of Levi, of Issachar, so on and so forth? You didn't just wake up and read that in the book, nigga. You had men of the Lord tell you that. And then you turn around and turn on those same men and then try to talk about them like they're below you.
Well, that's why the scriptures say cast not that pearl before swine.
Yeah. A lot of you niggas really had no business even learning about the truth. And it was better for you not to, because now you're gonna be judged on a higher level. And really, you would have just better off, hey, nah, that ain't for me. A lot of niggas serve themselves a good cause by walking by, reading the sign, and just keep walking. And they don't tap back into it again. They still gonna be judged, but it ain't gonna be like the judgment that's coming upon these leaders and these guys that know about
many
what
stripes.
the hell's going on. Yeah.
Many stripes,
Yeah, the many stripes is gonna be literal. Many stripes. You gonna get fucked up out here.
But you knew better.
Yeah.
You knew the will. You were told. A lot of these guys came from One West, Great Millstone, so they knew the program of how the Lord truly operated. But then now they leave another on this silly shit.
Yeah. There was the same guy on camera cursing you right and everything. Now you went completely left.
He's telling you to put the pork down, and then look at him.
Now he's back at it.
Yeah.
You know, double time. What's that? Was it 7
Spirits.
Yeah, 7 more spirits. You know. No, you
Good. You look
got
good.
some? Malcolm?
I got more.
Oh, okay, come on.
Fucking about to run up the stairs.
Go ahead.
Let's be heard. 2 Timothy 3.
Let me see this.
2 Timothy 3 and what was that? I'm gonna start at 4. Yeah, that's 4. Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. It says traitors too.
Yeah,
So
traitors.
they
You turned your back on the Lord, man. Okay, you came into the truth. Oh yeah, this is cool. I'm gonna do this. I'm in this for life. Screaming, you know.
that's
yeah. Veins popping out the neck.
The women.
Yeah. Just to not show up at camp.
The whole time.
And then you back at the then you back at the bar. Your ass at the mall. You know. Get the hell out.
Sitting there with a big ass hat.
You back at the mall. You back smoking cigs.
Damn.
You back doing
Oh, you
nigga
getting
shit.
lineups.
Yeah.
Now you got a whole
back
lineup beer at the
lineup.
camp and tees.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That one dude, he fell out and then got with a transformer.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Tigger. he fell out and got with a Tigger.
Yeah,
Transformer nigga. Hey man, the Most High do that shit to you. That's why you supposed to fear the Lord.
That's them 8 demons.
Yeah.
You know, infinite amount of demons now. You liable to do. You can do anything. You can do anything.
And really, what it is, it just you're just fully tapping into the shit that you already had.
Yeah.
Because we're brothers, every brother has shit that they're fighting.
Yep.
And that's the point. As long as you continue to fight those demons, you can, in
Yeah.
the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, you can, you know, sway them off. But a lot of Jake don't fight them demons. They get to tapping into them. Now you're getting exposed for being pegged.
Right, because when you hear the word, what it like in Matthew 10, Yahushua, he told his disciples to go out and heal the sick, cleanse the lepers,
Yeah.
raise the dead, you know, cast out spirits, you know, evil spirits.
Yeah.
So when you hear the truth, that evil spirit jumps off of you, you know. But it's always trying to come back. It's always, that's the fight. It's always going to try, the old man's always going to try to come back. But you go back to that vomit, that motherfucker that evil spirit come back, and he bring in 7 other spirits that's more powerful than himself. So now you just completely gone. You out of there, you know?
And then, because you don't have that hedge anymore.
That's it.
That protection is gone. Once you start to willingly go off and rebel against Yahweh Shema Shai, he pulls that hedge.
Yep.
Why the hell would I continue to protect you? And you telling people not to worship my son? You see what I'm saying? There's no more hedge for you.
Yeah, my son, he's just a regular, he's just a
he's
regular guy,
prophet.
you know?
If
The Lord said, this is my well-beloved son,
Yeah.
you know? His firstborn, his only begotten.
Yeah.
His
That
only
means
begotten,
something.
man.
That means something.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say Yahushua, he was begotten of the Most High, and we don't know how long they were together before the rest of the elect was created.
Proverbs, the 8th chapter.
You know, who knows? It could be. I mean, shit. So they was just vibing. You know,
Yeah.
they got they're on a whole nother relationship. We
getting
just
the
now
blueprint.
tapping into that.
Yeah.
You know,
But he's the second of the world.
that's it.
He's getting the blueprint the whole time.
Universe, everything.
Yeah, of the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, really better. Yeah.
By all things were created of him,
There you go.
and nothing else was created, but by him.
And you know that had to be a powerful time because, again, everything was given unto him. So they sitting there, he's getting the game plan of everything. All right, now go handle it.
Yeah.
And then boom. Now you fast forward to today, and we out here on the streets getting ready to be delivered.
And this is why he was so adamant about his father's business.
There you
That's
go.
all he spoke. That's all he. When you read it, that's all he spoke about. Hey, I got to do this. This is what I got to do. I ain't doing nothing else. Nothing else matters.
At 12.
You know.
Yeah.
I got to do this. I'm on a mission. You know, I'm on a divine mission. He was all the way tapped in.
Yep.
You know. That's it. His eye was single, man, on a particular task. And he
pushed that on his disciples.
That's it. That's all he pushed. Hey, do the work. Do the work. Do the work. If you love me, feed my sheep, feed my lamb, feed my flock. You know.
You are my disciple if you do what I say.
That's it.
for you to do.
That's it. That's
You
it.
Continue in my work.
You know.
You had something else?
Or we can go back to that Revelation 11.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Kind of full circle back. You know.
You pulling it up, yeah, on the blue letter. Just read the 8th and the 9th verse, and there's a word want to get out of there, and then that's it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Revelation
Full
chapter
circle.
11, verse 8 to 9.
That's it.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Yeah, that's America. That's the dead bodies are a representation of Jake, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians in a dead state mentally. It's known as spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt. You already see out here. You can see the Sodom spirit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then Egypt was known for what? Captivity.
Yep,
And this place is known for captivity. And then when it says that where our Lord was crucified, we know he was crucified in Jerusalem, but he was crossed out here in America by the image of Caesar Borgia, and just in general, different names being taught, different doctrines being taught on the Lord. So I mean, on all levels, he was erased, or tried to be erased. Go ahead.
Verse 9, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations
That's the different nations. Go ahead.
shall see their dead bodies 3 days.
Shall see Jake in that dead state mentally for what?
Their dead bodies 3 days and a half.
Right, and that's prophetic years. 3 days and a half is a representation of the 350 years, and we've gone over that over and over again. Go ahead.
And shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
So now look up that word graves in the blue letter.
For the time and half a time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So that was 350 years. And pretty much the nation saw Jake in that state. They know who Jake is, but they didn't suffer their dead bodies or their mentally dead to be put into graves or to be put at rest. Because the grave is a place where the dead rest. Go ahead.
It's G3418, Manema, and it says a monument or memorial to perpetuate the memory of any person or thing.
So now go to the root word of that. It's a monument, a memorial, something to commemorate somebody. So, but if you don't know, then your mind is not at rest. So Jake didn't know. The nations knew, but they didn't put Jake's mind at ease by letting them know who they are. Go ahead.
Going into the root word, it says through the idea of fixture in the mind or a mental grasp to remind.
To remind, to bring back to the memory. Because the word, the actual word that the brother read goes back into there's another word called mnemonic, which is a Greek word which means memory. So so that word there for grave is really memory. So it's not talking about physically dead, it's talking about spiritually dead, as we read in the beginning, where it said, that the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So these nations that had the ability to tell Jake that who they are, to put their mind at ease, okay, you're going through this hell, but you have hope. They left Jake in a hopeless state. You see?
Well, they were Psalms 83. They all came together
Complicit.
for that same purpose of keeping us from knowing that we're the Israelites.
Yep.
So what makes you think that now all of a sudden they're going to say, hey, no, you're the Israelites?
I don't know.
They came together to block the remembrance of us being Israel. So they're fighting against each other, but they're all linked up with that, and they're in one accord to come against us, to keep us on the bottom.
Because they know that if we get on top, then the rest of them they ain't gonna have a chance.
Well, let us break their bands asunder. Right? Psalm the 2nd chapter. They understand what you had Balaam. You had Balak knew. He told Balaam to curse Israel in the name of the Lord, Yahweh. So they understand. They got wise men. That didn't change. They have their priesthood on the left hand side. Okay, and they know what to do. Okay, in the book of Judah, if they was going into that, where it says, "Hey, look, if these people sin, you brother, you got it. You the spirit. Go ahead."
Judah chapter 5. Just want me to get the point.
Yeah, you can just get the point.
Verse 20. It says, now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against his people, and they sin against their God.
He was breaking it down because they wanted to take down Israel. But he said, hey, look, I'm gonna give you the history of these people. Okay, go ahead.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
See, if there be sin in this people, meaning they turn from the ways of their God, then we let us come up and overtake them. We got them. All right, go ahead. But and this is the basis of America. It's what sin. That's what it is. It's to make sin look good.
Sinful kingdom.
It's a sinful kingdom, a sin city. That's pretty much Sin City, Las Vegas. That's pretty much America. Okay, and the focus is to make Jake go off and to adopt that culture of going off to where now Esau don't have to come and tell Jake. Every time a baby's born, here, eat pork. It's passed down from their parents and their parents, and it's adopted as a new culture.
Just like the Greek custom.
Just like the Greek custom, it's the same thing. What they call that? You have Romanization, Hellenization. They have a term, Americanization. Californication. It's the same thing. Okay, go ahead.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation.
See, if there be no iniquity in their nation, what's iniquity? Sin upon sin. Okay, and this society is built up. Jake, that's all Jake knows is sin. That's all Jake. That's normal.
They even say it in Psalms. God, I know I'm sinning, but fuck it, or something like that.
They'll
say that.
That's right.
I got demons on me. They acknowledge they got demons on me.
They'll say I'm a demon.
Demon time.
I'm a demon. I'm a gremlin. I'm a goblin.
Yeah.
A nigga will say I'm the devil.
Yeah.
I'm the devil. I speak to the devil.
Yeah.
You know, they completely tapped into the spiritual demon Satan.
Generally.
The left hand side, they witches and warlocks. You know, which goes into what? Rebellion, which goes into iniquity. So if there be found no iniquity, go ahead.
Let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them.
See, hey, don't come up against these people. If they on point with their God, don't even think about coming in and try to overtake them. You know, just do your thing in your land. Okay, go ahead.
And their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
Yeah, because the Most High is going to defend and fight against us. You know, He going to take them down. And see, Esau forgot that. But and see, Esau's carnal because he sees the image of Jake, and Jake is wicked, right? But Esau did not take the consideration of Yahweh Shai, right? Not because that's how no guile. That's how our iniquities and our sins are washed away. It was because of the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai. So yeah, we still go off, but our belief on Yahweh Shai, that's what's going to cover us. Yeah. So Esau going to come in when the enemy shall come in like a flood. Yeah. The Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against them. Yeah. So that standard, going back into Daniel the 12th chapter, like we read earlier, it's all coming full circle. The Most High is going to protect His elect. Yep. Okay, and we're telling Esau that in front of his face. And Esau's like, well, we'll prove it. He gonna be in that spirit. All right, we're gonna see if the Most High really with you. Yeah. You know? That's Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon. That's it. That was it on. It's more. That's it on. Okay, yeah, that was it.
Got anything else?
Matthew 4. I think that was.
Go ahead.
Because of that, I had this earlier. This is Psalm 110 and 3. I ain't got it yet. I'm just quoting. My bad. Psalm 110 and 3. It says, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. In the beautiness of holiness, from the womb of the morning, thou hast to do of thy youth.
Yeah, and our people gonna be willing. Once the power of Yahweh Shema Shai is fully shown and showcased here on the earth, you know, that remnant's gonna come in. You know, more of the remnant, if you will. That final call, if you will.
Curtain call.
Yeah, curtain call, yep. Okay? Because they're going to see the fullness of Yahweh Shema Shai that day, man. Brothers are going to be healing. Brothers are going to be, being hunters. You know? There's a lot of things. What Yahweh Shai say? You're going to
greater works. That's it. Because I go to the Father.
Yeah. So these things, we're getting ready to see the book of Acts, you know, live out all over again.
We in it right now. We in the book of Acts.
We're really in it.
You know, we in the beginning of the book of Acts.
We just ain't seen, you know, Jake just ain't.
These are the echos, the works. You know?
What is he gonna say in Acts? Through much tribulation.
Acts 14:22.
Yeah, so we gotta go through these things, man.
You gotta deal with it.
But the good part is, hey, it's coming soon.
That's it.
You know, all these things that we're talking about and looking forward to, they're getting ready to happen.
Yep.
And it's a rapid rate.
And we're actually seeing it manifest right now. We're seeing what the ancient prophets saw. Yep. We're living it out right now.
Yep.
It's being played out. We're seeing these different agencies be set up. We know Esau's behind the scene doing a whole bunch of crazy shit. Yeah. You know, setting the stage to blame Jake. And guess what? He's gonna come after the Israelites. This is gonna be deemed a seditious act. Okay? He's gonna federalize all these cities. He gonna have secret police. You know, he gonna have the power to come up, jump out of motherfucking cars with masks on, grab your ass up, and disappear your ass. And only through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai we gonna be safe from that, man. Yeah. The Lord said He's gonna keep us from the hour of temptation. You know,
Isaiah 59:19. You know, the devil should come in like a flood.
That's
the Lord shall lift the standard against us. That's that flood. When Esau was running up on us, like the elder was just saying, that the scriptures say, and that's that. But the Lord is gonna be a point to where He ain't gonna be able to go as far as He wants to go.
And when you see these ICE raids, and you know, the federal troops, how does Esau come? He come deep. Oh yeah. He come 20, 30 deep just to get one or two people. Yeah. So that's how he gonna come in like a flood. You know, where you're gonna have no power to stand up against that might, and he's gonna come with AI, he's gonna come with drones, he's gonna come with robots, he's gonna come with night vision, sound weapon, he's gonna be able to see inside a fucking house.
Your switch ain't working that day.
Yeah. This thing I saw they working on, they're having these lenses or contacts you can put in your eyes, and it's red, but you can see at night. Like if it's dark, like let's say it's dark right now, like we can't see nobody. You put those thing in the
Night vision.
Yeah, it's like what's the contact?
Contact
it's like in a
lens.
contact form. You can see at night.
yeah.
You can, contact form. You just up in your eye, and then
Hey,
you
y'all
can see.
niggas don't stand a chance.
Yeah, it's over.
Well, they show you that in the purge.
Yeah.
Remember they had them things they put in their eyes?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
See? So he telling you what he doing.
Yeah, right.
But y'all got it.
God. You got that, Matthew? Yeah.
Matthew chapter 4, verse 17. From that time, Yahushua began to preach and to say, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Right. Repent, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. So again, that's the message. This is why we come out here, to let our people know, again, the so-called blacks, Native American Latinos, that you are the chosen people according to the Bible. And it's high time, so we got to see it, man. All right, the Lord is getting ready to return, and you do not want to be on his bad side.
That's it.
That's just the bottom line.
It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power.
There you go. You know? So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, Lord will. This is edifying to the elect. Before we close once again, giving all praise and glory
To
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
and double honors once again, as always, to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, art who rule well, taught us truth, are the true leaders of Israel today, whether you receive it or not. Peace, much love, and citations always to the elect. Hey, to the next one, shalom.
Shalom to the elect.
To the elect.
Shalom.